owns Little, one owns
NP
Aldi.
or something like that. It's like two German siblings who kind of built the business, and so the name is like a portmanteau of their names and the surname.
Well, one of them owns Audi, the other one owns Little, but they only have like Audi in South Germany and Little in North Germany, something like that.
And they also, it's like there's actually no company called Audi. There are two completely separate business entities, like completely separate, called Audi Nord and Audi Sur, like Audi North and Audi South.
Right.
And like Audi, I think it's Audi North trades like all over the world, and then Audi South is like mainly in Germany. But also they're the same. So Audi North trades in America as Trader Joe's, and Audi South trades in America as Audi, so they're double dipping the American market.
Yes, why wouldn't you?
I mean, yeah, let's do it. And yeah, Trader Joe's definitely sounds like it would slot right in a lot better.
Well, and I'm not sure if they like bought Trader. There was a Trader Joe's that they bought,
or if it's wear it like a skin suit.
Yeah, exactly.
My son's name is also bought.
I always love the story of like when Walmart tried to enter like the German market, and like you know how they do that like real cringe like morning song and stuff, and like all the German workers were like, no,
absolutely,
and they're like, we have a greeter by the door that says hello and good morning to everyone, and so they were like, no, we want to talk to people.
Yeah, like wrong country for that sort of thing.
And it's like the Walmart just crashed and burned. Like it could not survive in the German climate.
Trader Joe's was opened in '67 by Joe Columbi in Pasadena. Then it was bought by Theo Albrecht, German entrepreneur, in 1979.
Yep.
Wow.
But but then they've also opened up Audis as Audis.
What are Aldis?
Audi North. That's like the kind of main one that sort of trades everywhere. Or Audi Nur, or whatever it is.
Yeah. Imagine it comes out like Aldi South owns Woolies as well or something.
Do you know Woolies has like 90% of the slot machines?
Jesus.
What do you mean hats?
They own them.
Oh, dip.
Like, just lease them out.
They make all the monies. Aldi are the biggest, not Aldi, sorry, Woolies are the biggest gambling corporation in Australia.
Wow, I had no idea.
Biggest.
Yeah.
They have a shitload.
Alright.
Type, which our core doesn't matter.
They all matter.
Which matters the least.
How long is your cord?
Very.
Woolies?
There's free one by my feet.
Excellent.
Woolies owns, this was 2018, so it's probably increased.
Long enough. Yeah. It's not going to be a pain.
So 330 licensed venues and more than 12,000 pokie machines are owned by Woolies. This was 2018, so it's probably more.
12,000 pokie machines?
Yeah. More than Star City or Crown.
Far out.
Yeah.
Star City.
That's like a lot of stuff that, like every bit of medicine that you take is either Bayer, Johnson & Johnson, or Merck Sharp and Dohme. It's like literally everything.
I mean, like we call Band-Aids Band-Aids because it's a Johnson & Johnson product. They're adhesive bandages.
Yeah, that's like if it's a non-Johnson & Johnson brand, like they don't use the word Band-Aid.
An elastic plaster or something,
It's so weird.
Yeah, it's insane with so many things. Like Kleenex for tissues, which is more of an American thing than Australian.
Or calling it a doona. It's a do-thing.
And isn't it also like
it's a doona?
Any like chocolate you eat in Australia is pretty much going to be like Mars or Cadbury or something, isn't it?
Nestle.
Or Nestle.
Bloody Nestle.
Yeah. I feel like Nestle chocolate is like they must be real happy that Aero and Smarties exist because they're doing a lot of heavy lifting for the rest of the chocolate.
Mm-hmm.
Isn't Kit Kat Nestle?
Yeah.
Is it?
Yeah.
I take that
Kit Kat
back.
is Rolo.
Yeah, no one.
That's
I don't know what Rolo is.
Caramel. I like
Quite nice.
It's a good one.
But yeah, no, I used to enjoy the Nestle Double Blend or whatever the hell it was called. It was some chocolate that had two types of cocoa, whatever. That was actually really nice. But yeah, other than that, I'd say Kit Kat is.
But yeah, that's what I'm looking at.
Doing the lifting.
Rolo, Aero, Munchies, Toffee Crisps,
Milky
Yorkies.
Yorkies.
That's probably British.
That's a very interesting
surely.
chocolate. I've seen it in the international aisle.
Yeah, maybe they're bigger in like the UK or something. Because Milky Bar.
Oh, they own Allen's, man.
Oh,
They own Allen's lollies.
that's what I remember seeing a graph once, and it's like every brand you buy probably owned by
Yeah,
one
like
of these like 6 mega corporations that own
everything.
And it's like, you know, I remember looking at it and it's like,
And even
like JJ's and Factory and Sports Girl are like all competing, but all owned by the same parent company. It's like, well, what's the point of competition if it all feeds back into the...
just
all of the dating
psychologically,
apps are
you're
owned
not
by
the
the same company.
That's all it is.
So they all get bought out by Match Group, or whatever it's called. Bumble, Tinder, Hinge, Match.com, OkCupid.
Yeah, and so
All
when
of
everyone's
those-
like,
they're all owned
Tinder's
by the
nuts,
same
you got to use Hinge, it's like...
It's the same
you're
thing.
using the same parent
And that is
company,
why they're all
Wow.
now utilising the exact same features in every single app.
and like probably very similar algorithm and all that. Like,
Well, yeah, an investment
When
company
one
probably
gets
saw an
the-
opportunity.
You know, when one gets big, they just get bought out by Match.
Well, it's almost like what's happening now with.
Nestle owns Maggie, like the 2-minute.
Oh,
Magic.
Well, there you go.
I'm on the Nestle Wikipedia.
Yeah.
I'm having my mind blown.
I'm just like, oh, wow.
it's kind of like
Who
with
does
the.
Milo?
Probably Nestle.
But yeah, it's like if you think about like Sony and Microsoft, like now they're getting so big that it's like they're buying the smaller game companies, and eventually it's just going to be like your game is either from Sony or from Microsoft.
Ah, that's right.
Give it a moment.
Give it a second.
They're not quiet.
That was me.
They're not subtle at all.
No. Well, I mean, they're not subtle in any point.
But damn, is that mist rolling in?
Boy, is it.
It's getting
We
there.
are in a crypt, boys.
Milo is.
It's coming.
Also, Milo is made by Nestle.
I knew it.
Oh,
Called it. Good job.
wait, wow, it is
Oh,
turned
no.
up real quick.
Mate, there are 2
It's
of
a
them.
Nesquik Nestle as well.
Yeah, I mean, with a name
Yeah,
like that.
Nesquik and
Nesquik
Milo
and Milo.
competing, but
Yeah, sorry.
Yeah, like,
Nestle.
we
Right,
all
so
know that they're a
turn
terrible
around and
company,
look.
but
yeah, that's what I mean.
Yeah.
Smoky.
hell,
real.
yeah.
It will drift.
It'll,
And
even itself out.
it gets
would
to
have
reheat.
an effect.
Yes. I still need to work on placement, but I figure this is the least obtrusive, like, you don't
Well,
want it
yeah.
blowing
I
in your
don't want you
face.
to-
Can't
Right
set
in
it
my
on
head.
the table, so.
I tried and I was like, oh, that is loud.
Yeah, right by the mic.
So yeah, you see the AC pushes it around a bit, so
yeah.
it will drift across.
It's really like just coming onto
Yeah.
from the AC.
Yes, good.
No, it's good. I like
You can actually get scented smoke.
I feel like this is
I,
meant to.
after
definitely
years of
has
working in stage production, prefer the original smell
Yeah,
of smoke
plain.
chemical.
I'll have original, thank
It's
you.
not vanilla, but it's close.
And I also did this. Yeah,
Did we take
that's
a long
good.
rest or a
It
short?
did not connect.
Short rest.
So it's still the
We
fifth.
did a short rest.
You remember when he
Yeah.
blew himself up?
Yeah.
Oh yeah,
I stepped
yeah,
on the
that's right.
fireball.
After the fireball.
We
Yeah.
short rested,
Short rested,
tuned
yes.
it to whatever those items were.
Yeah.
Remember
So
them?
it's still the 5th.
Yeah.
Yeah, I've got the bone. I've got.
Oh yeah, I got the
Yeah, you got the bone.
support.
Yeah, I forgot to ask. What are your pipes doing?
It is.
There we go.
Jesus. You've also got the ring now,
nice.
Junior.
Yeah.
Yeah, very cool.
So the things that I was mounting
did I give you
the
the ring
mics
to
with
attune to?
initially,
Yeah, I think you did.
obviously didn't
I don't know
work,
if I
but
heard.
they've got the screw mount for that specifically. And I was
So,
like,
there you go. Bob's your uncle.
yep, good old Uncle Bob.
my father.
The dungeon develops, baby.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, so the pipes of haunting are.
Jesus.
Oh yeah, that gets bright after a while.
That's what they always look like.
Yeah, it's.
little bit more schmutz.
I use an action to play them, and anyone in
not
30 feet
subtle
that can
at
hear
all.
me
No.
is frightened of me if they fail a save.
Wow, cool.
Which DC 15 Wisdom is a pretty decent save.
Well, I mean, frightening's a really strong condition in an AoE.
They're underneath the camera.
Yeah.
That's pretty good.
Yeah.
I figure that's
It's a
the
good old shit, but
most not in the
But yeah,
way.
it takes an action.
yeah. But I mean, yeah. Whoa,
There is no ventilation in this room.
No, so it should wang around for a bit, which is good.
should be.
Imagine.
The AC will blow it off the table, and it should hang behind you guys. That's the goal anyway. But yeah, it looks awesome with the lights.
I mean, if we pass out, there's 2 people upstairs watching, so.
Oh no, it's perfectly safe.
Ah, that'll be fine. Yeah.
Not killer. Yet.
It's
Alright, shall we pick up where we left off?
yeah, sure.
Yeah.
The smoky crypt in which you left. Remember how it was smoky and stuff?
Yeah.
Yeah, totally. Yeah.
Yeah, remember all that
you did
incense
mention so
burning?
much smoke.
Yeah,
You
there's
did.
incense in every corner. You got to counteract the dead body smell.
The candle's still. Yeah, good. Well, hello and welcome back to. I'll shoot a path to my camera.
Good grief.
Hello and welcome back to Dungeons and Nerglings. I'm Nergy, and this is a new year. New year, new smoke. And we're here, gonna play some D&D. See what happens. See what happens with this demon heart. Now, last time on Nergy Ball Z, our party was set up from old mate Ostran to retrieve something of great value in order to get their payment of a 500 gold diamond. 500 gold valued. 3? 5.
500.
Yeah. Okay.
500.
I
You wanna give
thought
us extra?
5,000.
I'm pretty sure it costs 500, doesn't
It was
it?
5,000. I thought, yeah.
No, it's nowhere near that expensive.
Reds or whatever it was.
Huh.
But yeah, I mean, hey, yeah, we'll take a 500 gold.
Yeah,
Thank
yeah.
you.
I rolled 15 on deception.
$1 million.
Oh, that's
Yeah,
not that much. 1 gajillion, fafillion, shablillion yen. Before we go any further, let's test our dice. Whoa! Oh, that didn't
Can you
count.
just roll 1? I forget what.
No, it's 2 dice.
2 this.
2 dice, and that's it.
7 and 3, baby.
1 and 17.
13 and 1.
1
18 and a 6.
1 and 6. Whoa! Were you the only one that didn't roll a 1?
Are you sure?
Did you roll?
I know, but 7 and 3.
No,
So we're getting the ones out of the way.
I got a 1 and a 6. So, you guys travelled across the Heartmain Basin to discover the Ossuary of Oshiavish, reported to be the resting place of the demon heart of Orgokhoth. Now, you made your way across, you found the place, you dispelled the door,
Yeah,
and walked on in.
that's right, yeah.
Uh,
Okay, this
Is that right down?
This magical riddle door. Dispel magic.
You know what?
There's ties like flips 3 pages.
I don't have time for it. Don't mind the
hiss.
cicadas in here.
Yeah.
They're quite loud.
Bad salada infestation.
Salada.
Just see these little cracks rolling up the wall.
Bloody can't get rid of
What's
them.
saladas make? They just talk about cheese and Vegemite a lot.
Yep.
Maybe some cherry tomatoes.
If you fancy some pate or something like that. But yeah, so the element heats up, so I can't like blast a whole crap load out. It's until it goes cool. Small scale, but
Small little burst.
does the trick.
Yeah.
Anyway, you guys investigated, you doodled around, you had a look at all of the... Yeah, you looked at all of the rooms within.
Broke a table.
You broke a table, you found the illusory wall while your detect magic was up. To find her den, a little nook, in which you grabbed a whole bunch of notes and books and things that she'd written on, I believe.
15.
That's right, and then you popped them in the hole.
Yeah,
He read through them and then we
Yep.
threw them in the
Gave it a speed read.
Skimmed them and kind of then put anything that looked potentially useful in the zipper. Found that Oshuvi says that she has a lead to get something that might change everything, and there was a bunch of pages torn out. Then we found the pages because they were
That's
in
right, you
they were in
blitzkrieged the table.
Because I tried to find a hidden compartment, but I couldn't, so...
When you
just-
Batista bombed the table through the table.
I should have suplexed you into it.
Yeah, you found the heart of Orgokhoth, the devil's heart still beating, encased in a crystal cage. And then she said, I'm going to do it. I'm going to disassemble the heart and graft bits of the heart to the bodies and then reanimate it. And then it went real gibberish,
Mad
weird
chicken
symbol stuff. And then we had the fireball corridor after that.
Yeah. And yeah,
And
the
then
zombies
press-
that kept reanimating less radiant damage. Or like 2 of them. No,
Yeah,
Question-
Yep.
that's just how zombies work.
that.
Well,
There you go.
it
Like that's
depends.
yeah.
Oh, I thought that
It's not a special zombie.
They have-
thing,
Oh,
like-
okay, I thought that was a special thing.
They have like a chance. I don't think it's guaranteed. I think it's like they have a chance
Yeah.
to come back.
And I think
that
every
chance
time they
gets
come back,
turned
it
off.
gets harder and harder. I think.
Yeah.
Unless
Something
they
weird
get
like that.
munted with radiant damage.
Yeah.
Yeah, okay, so what, the experiment failed?
Fine. Maybe just.
I don't know, I threw a Molotov at one of them and it
It came back up.
it
went
went
down,
back
but
up
it
like
came
straight
back up.
away, so I...
But also,
So my radiant hits
Yeah.
killed him.
It got knocked down, but then it got back up again.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I
So
said
when
go
they-
yeah,
Yeah.
they
down.
keep
Yeah.
it down with
Ugh.
Molotov.
Yes.
Tovs.
So then you
Holy
pass
water.
through her.
Holy
I
oil.
can make holy water.
Holy oil.
Focus. Focus. The zombies are dead. Just
Those zombies.
you focused on her sort of operating theatre, where there are a bunch of corpses in coffins of all different shapes and sizes, sort of arrayed along in that room. Don't mind that.
Scared me.
Good. Glad you're on edge. Yeah, I wonder how loud that is for the mic.
2 out of the 6
Killer.
zombies had strange etchings in their flesh.
Okay.
Because we looked at them.
Yeah, I have that written down too.
Yeah.
Blowing on
zombies.
his toe.
And Corellan is the deity.
Is it nice
of the
and
night.
cool?
Yeah, Corellan, brother of Palor.
Yeah, deity of the night. He is the deity of the night.
You can barely hear it.
That's
Oh,
good.
that's good. Great. Well then, in
It's
that
just
case,
it's like a faint, like, hissing in the back,
Yeah.
but we're much louder.
Good directional mics doing
All
there.
taken up hectic vaping.
yes sir.
That's a
Can't get enough. I got 4 at once.
doing the stupid tricks.
Yeah, very much.
Nice.
But I can't tell how the rest of us sound.
That's alright. I gave it a listen before. It
Yeah.
sounded alright.
Yeah, we did some little sound testing.
So
Our
you
mic's kind of quiet. Yours is like perfect. Both of ours are a bit quiet.
yeah, that's alright because you guys tend to talk louder than I do.
speak louder.
Oh no, it's fine.
project.
Speak normal. I can fix it in post, but I can't turn it down in post if it's already recorded and peaking. So, where else did you go? You went through that chamber.
We saw the
We
main
made- I'm
chamber,
pretty sure we, like-
and I sent Mr. Bones into the main chamber, but then we started having ethical
Yeah,
conversations
that's
about
right.
whether getting the
Oh, yes.
evil heart
So you came
back
to this
for
final
suspicious
room.
people.
Yeah, we
Sort of
came
ran
to
out of
the
time.
we came to the final room.
And we're looking
And
at
then we went around the
yeah.
passage around
And
the back,
I
and they just meet at the
They
same
meet,
room.
and so we were
Yeah.
like, okay, there's literally that one big room of bones left.
Yeah,
And
I sent Mr. Bones
Yeah.
with my new shin
The
bone.
skeleton,
Yeah,
yes.
he was in there, and we were like about to get the heart, and then we're like, well, actually, before we do this,
This actually looks like a really powerful relic.
And Hermes is still watching the
Yeah,
the
Hermes
hallway.
has the little gong
yes,
that he's
Set up at
there
the front?
the very front V thingy.
That's right.
And
Correct.
the door's tied with like an 8.
Yep. Some solid roping.
right, yeah.
Some roping ensued.
But yeah, like, I think that's what it is.
So yeah, you open that door. You detected some form of necrotic magic on the door.
The doorway, yes, I have that. Deep heartbeat sound from the room ahead.
Yes.
Necromantic magic in doorway.
Right.
And I think where we kind of ended, we were like, oh, should I dispel it? Should
Yeah.
we send the skeleton through? Like,
Yeah, we were thinking, like, yeah, did we want to... Well, we need to decide what we want to do with the heart first, before we think about moving it.
I want to eat it.
Okay.
You're not the
Veto
first person
that.
to do.
Alright, do we have better ideas? Like, we
Okay,
could
Sugo.
try,
Sugo?
if we wanted to take it, we could try put it in the zipper twat thing.
This is zipper twat thing.
I can't remember where the word came from.
that's out of something.
I know.
Marinade the zipper twat.
But yeah, like we could
Yeah,
put it
no
in
big
that
Frankel.
because it's already doing that big heartbeaty sound.
Yes.
And I assume that's going to be fairly conspicuous if we're carrying around something that's doing that 24/7, as well as probably bad for us.
I should have gotten a heartbeat sound. Damn it.
But yeah, if we were to take it, where are we taking it and why, and what are we going to tell Ostran in the meantime?
So, pretty much,
Oh, weren't we going to do a sending to Ostran?
yeah, well, our deal with Ostran is
To recover this.
we give it to
Bring it
him
back to
and we get a 500 gold diamond. to
And you're
bring back
attacked! I'm kidding.
There's snakes!
So many snakes. Keep going.
Yeah, like the deal kind of was, so it's like, okay, if we don't feel comfortable giving him the demon heart, we need to find another way to come up with 500 gold. Is really the kind of one of the predicaments we're currently in.
Yeah, the second predicament is...
This is a freaking demon heart.
Well, it's more that this is a newly uncovered tomb. We heard about it via word of mouth. That's presumably happening more. So leaving the heart here now that we've dispelled the door and killed the zombies and stuff is a bit of a liability on us
Yeah,
as well.
Yeah, we can't just be like, no, at the final bit. And
Yeah,
be
it's like, we'll just
well,
leave.
that's my moral responsibility
Yeah.
taken
Yep.
care of.
And then just some child walks in and goes, Yeah, so what do we do?
How badly do you want to resurrect, young man?
Well, yeah, like...
Well, not as...
Do we
bring
wanna-
an apocalypse upon the world?
Yeah,
Well, I mean-
that's it. Do we want to destabilize the entire realm
I mean,
for
yeah,
a
like there's...
16-year-old?
there's no guarantee.
We don't know what's gonna happen. That's the thing.
Then it'll go poorly. But obviously, with something this probably only really ends in one way. It's just a question of time.
Okay, you were tuned to the ring. Yes. We can try ask a question and see if tuning to a different person gets an answer.
Alternatively, I could use a sending for Monsieur, whatever his name was, in the rackety.
That was his
magic
name, I'm
show.
pretty sure.
Yeah, Monsieur.
It's in here.
Baguette.
Yeah,
Monsieur Baguette. The
Let's see if you
Monsieur.
See if you can read me now. Mon pois.
I called him Monty. There we go.
Yeah, Montpois, was it? Monsieur Montpois.
Fromage.
Yeah, like I could always send him and be like, hey, no reason in particular, but have you ever heard of the demon heart of Orgokoth? And if he's like, yeah, wow, that's a crazy magic relic that was lost ages ago, like, that's what brought Shothragot into the realm, then we're like, yeah, okay, cool, we need to do something about this thing. Or if he's like, yeah, never heard of it, I know, low-level demon.
Alright, so
if there was an S in Orgokoth, it would be an anagram of Shothragot.
Yeah.
There isn't, but it nearly is.
But it nearly is.
I was
But that's
thinking-
also something.
I was also thinking, like, no, there's no S. It can't be.
Orgogoth's heart.
Yeah,
There's the S.
Yeah, I don't know. That's just something I was thinking about.
Okay, well,
It's not an anagram.
I know,
but it nearly is.
but it's
Are we
suspiciously
paranoid,
close.
or is this something?
Charlie Day chart me.
I was thinking it's way too close to Shothragot. Like,
Okay, well, but
Yeah, well, I don't like that.
question remains. Okay, so if we don't trust this
Like,
out,
not an anagram.
One at a time.
That'd be definitive.
if we don't trust it out in the world in the hands of a collector or something, then there's only one real group of people we could give it to, which is like Kavira.
Through a vanguard. What?
no.
No, that's probably a terrible idea.
We know they're evil.
It might corrupt them as well.
Belchbag.
Belchbag. I mean, Belchbag, yeah. I mean,
Well,
I think you
like
just
the idea.
make a pie out of it, make himself invincible. That's fine.
But also, now that we bring that up, if, like, here's a hypothetical. If we aren't comfortable bringing the heart back to Ostran or really giving it to anyone, no matter what we kind of decide to do with it, if we're not getting the 500 gold diamond from Ostran, do we go back to Belchbag and be like, hey, we thought on it, we slept on it, we'll kill that guard? Is that the lesser of,
I don't know. Like,
you know,
I
like,
It's less
Resurrect
than apocalypse.
Satan.
It's less than apocalypse, but more than not killing him.
yeah, but
Definitely morally objectionable.
but that it's
It's like we have three choices.
It's called moral
Kill,
relativism.
murder, genocide, or just like chill evening in front of the TV.
Keeping in mind now, though, we've unlocked the tomb, so anyone can just wander in and grab it now. So that's another issue.
That's also like we could just kind of if we decide that we're like don't want to do anything. Yeah, I think it's either take it to someone, like option A,
Every time.
or option 1, take it to someone, and there's like 1A, Ostran, 1B, the authorities, 1C, other, and then option 2 is do nothing, which I think we're all agreed is kind of not an option, just do nothing and walk out. Well, then option 3 is like guard this place and notify someone until they come and fortify it, but that's almost the same as option 1. Like, us taking it and giving it to someone is almost the same as being like, hey, we're not going to give you this thing, but we will tell you where it is and guard it until you get here.
Yeah, like
It's either...
I think
I think we have to tell someone.
let's sending money. Maybe it's worth asking the Alos or someone in that area if they've heard of.
Could we just directly send him to Alos?
We can.
Like, I know that this is
We've
a bit
met him.
rude.
oh yeah,
We've met him, we can
I know
directly
this is a
send it to
bit...
him.
That's like, instead... I'm thinking of
I mean,
just in
we're-
terms of bypassing Montpois.
well,
going straight to the
yeah,
others.
but like we're
But if
any,
he knows it or not's a different thing.
we're any members of the council or whatever.
coterie.
yeah, well,
Yeah,
we haven't
we're
been
any of them-
officially kind of sworn in, but
Yeah, no, we met them.
Oh.
Were any of them specifically holy relicsy? I know fake
gosh,
stuff.
So,
I know there was one that was a social.
There was the lady
There
who
was, so-
knows things.
Yeah, Flinvar Cinderstep was like theology and religion and
Okay,
stuff.
well maybe that guy.
And then also
Girl.
the like Eleanor and Olithera were secrets.
Eleanor was
could
the
be
one that
kind
like
of
So yeah, sort of
and
kind of.
then Tamisha was the just wisdom and knowing stuff.
Alright, I think the theology.
Having good sense.
Theology
Cool.
might be the
I
best
think
one.
and
Theology
Linbar
or-
seemed nice, didn't she? We got along with her. I think
She had a lovely cloak. That's what my notes say.
That's as good as a positive impression as I've ever known.
You look fabulous.
I don't remember her, but her fashion was on point.
I'm imagining like cut to like a Zoidberg like thought bubble. And, oh my god, her clock is amazing.
Oh yeah, basically. Okay.
Okay, so cut to where you guys are.
Mm.
You are standing on the outside of that doorway.
Alright, cool.
There is a screening wall that appears to be made of woven bone. You can't see past it, and you can hear the thumping. You can hear the slower than usual, but it is
and
definitely
there's a
beating.
necromantic aura on the doorway,
Correct.
When you say slower than usual, do you just mean like compared to a normal
Yeah,
heartbeat?
yeah.
like 30 beats per minute. Resting is like 60 for a
Yeah.
very healthy. Or
I'd say slower than that. One every 4 seconds, maybe.
Booms. What do you mean? Boom or boom boom? Every 4 seconds.
Every 4. You went to 5, but yeah.
I did. Kind
Dum
of.
dum.
Right, so that doorway has the necromantic shite, and we're standing here.
You are outside the doorway still. You guys are all there.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
right.
cool.
Where is Kin?
I reckon let's sending theology lady.
Sending.
Sending.
Do you want to?
I reckon
Could I-
clear the room
Or
first.
should we
I'd say-
speak to Ostran?
First of all,
Should I-
what is your ordering?
Yeah, yes.
I was at the front.
Same as ever.
Same as that.
Yeah,
Me
yeah.
at the back.
Oh,
Yeah,
actually
yeah.
nailed it.
Yeah,
Yeah, same as ever.
I think we should focus.
Not too late.
Yeah, I think we should focus on me using my spell slots to try and dispel this magical aura and fighting whatever is there to kill us in
But
this next room.
should we dispel it? Because keeping in mind, if we dispel it and then choose to not do anything with it, we've now unlocked every single passageway to the
Yeah,
I
okay, I
feel
can.
like it's our responsibility anyway. It's like if it's we've unlocked everything except for one. So whether we unlock this last one or not, it's still kind of
Yeah,
our
you've come this far.
responsibility now. Like
Yeah,
Yeah. So yeah, we're agreed that we're gonna clear the room and then maybe quick as we can is a bad idea because it might have some kind of pressure trap on it.
yeah. Well,
Mr. Bones.
yeah.
Well, yeah, like it wasn't like surrounded by like a moat and then there was bones in the moat or anything. It was just
So the white is bones littering
So,
around.
yeah.
Actually,
like
very
something
much that.
but something could just walk right over there.
You would assume so.
Yeah, okay, cool. Yeah.
The only thing you've done is sent Vin Weasel.
And he didn't do well.
He didn't do anything. He just sort of walked around and looked.
Didn't
That's
he get frozen?
the only reason you've looked
Didn't
in
he get
there.
35 or something?
Yeah, I thought
No, that was the gaps on the road once.
Previous
upon a time.
episode. He just walked in
So
and
is he
looked.
still in there?
He is in there. That is where it
Use the
was.
box.
Oh, you got Vin.
There's a box at least.
Vin boxes all. So he was sort of around the pit.
All right.
And is that meant to be like the pedestal that the heart's on?
Yeah.
Because I suppose
Meant to
'cause
be.
what Vin Weasel.
Meant to be.
Yeah, Vin
It's a
Weasel
pillar.
could make it through the doorway without perishing. So maybe the necromantic magic on the doorway is to stop the heart from leaving, and we can safely enter.
Or maybe once the heart's moved, it switches into kill anything that touches me.
Yeah, I feel like it's a keep people out and or kill anything that gets in aura.
Is there
Now,
any magic surrounding the heart?
Can we put it to in character from here?
Yeah, sure.
Is there any magic? What? How did you detect the magic on the doorway?
He's ritual cast.
Detect magic.
Detect
I've got
magic.
detect magic.
Okay, and it's 30 feet.
Believe so.
It's either 30 or
Let
60.
me have a look. Yes. 30.
Then it is too far away to tell.
Okay. Well, so
Can I see through Vin Weasel?
Yeah, that's how you've seen this room. You guys
What
have
means like detect the magic?
To detect the
through
magic, because I have magic sight and then through him.
I'm gonna say no. I think it would have to be through you.
Yeah, I can't remember how fine familiar. I know that if you do wild shape, you don't get the benefit of, like, if you're a race that has dark vision and you wild shape into something that has dark vision, I know you don't get it then. I don't know if it's...
I don't think that would apply. You're sensing...
Well, it's also like you're the center of the spell when you've cast it. It's kind of revealing that magic.
It doesn't suddenly be radiating from
your
weasel,
eyeballs. Yeah. So that's a no. But good thinking.
All right.
Now,
are we willing to check? Yeah.
Yeah. How do you guys feel about me trying to remove this magic from the doorway?
Hey, Carl. Mother Nature just pissed her pants. Bless you.
I'm not.
How many spells do you have left? One. Of the level 3 variety? Okay.
I'm not like opposed to it, but I feel like just doing it with literally no idea of what goes on elsewhere is maybe not the go.
Yeah, like maybe.
I reckon we should just.
Are we in character?
First.
Kincaid loses his accent when he's stressed.
Mate, what's happened to your voice?
Nothing. What are you talking about? This is how I always talk. But anyway, I don't think we should just dispel willy-nilly. We should get more of an idea of what is happening in that room before we take away the magical wall that is keeping the bed in.
Well, yeah, we should chance someone walking through it first just to see if it does anything.
You want to make sure there's no flies around before you take away the sticky flypaper strips in the door.
Great analogy.
The man makes a point.
I know exactly what you're talking about now.
Flypaper strips that were very common in medieval
You
Europe.
take them away too quick and all the flies.
They go in. Oh, and my accent, it is
Are you French? Yes, I am French. You even need to ask.
I thought I was going a little bit Italian. Hey, the Joe Pizza, the Doida. Yeah, that's how.
Mamma mia! What did happen to your voice?
This place plays tricks.
Where are
Okay,
you from? I'm a Eurotrash.
so action. What are we doing?
I reckon maybe get Vin Weasel to take a squiz around, investigate the room, see
if there's anyone in there.
if he
anyone or
if he
anything.
gambles and plays in the bone pit, does what happens if he swan dives in?
Gambles.
BOLS.
Gotcha.
Frolics playfully amongst the bones.
Yeah, he's already walked around the pillar,
Can he
basically.
climb up the pillar?
What did we? He's a tube rat, isn't he?
Does he have a climb speed?
Yeah, but like that's what they look like.
Yeah.
I'm trying to remember.
Tube rat.
They don't have a climb speed, but
Smaller than a ferret.
That doesn't mean that they can't.
yeah. So
That just means
you
that
would,
they do it at half speed.
or you would
It's
need
like
to
if
make
it's
some sort of
It's a
check,
rock thingy. Sure,
They can climb up
for his little
like
bird,
a fairly nice pillar. Like this is no crappy piece of masonry. Like this is well made.
But is it like cobblestone or?
No, smooth marble. Like a beautiful, obviously displaying something of great value.
Maybe get him to kind of poke around the back of the room.
He does that also.
See if we can
Like
see
the back
sign.
or the back?
Yes.
That side. Basically the same as what you're seeing on this side. It's a
The cool and funky glowing evil eldritch runes.
no.
So essentially, it's just the bone pit and the.
and the partitions made of.
You're like, the bone pit is going to do something that we maybe won't enjoy if and when either the barrier is crossed or if the barrier is dispelled.
Maybe we should incinerate them.
I've got a little bit of oil, but not. I've got like 5 flasks or something left. Like, I don't know if it's enough to torch that.
I didn't bring my portable crematorium.
Yeah, like it's a lot. As well as enclosed space, consumes the oxygen, replaces it with toxic smoke. Skeletons, if they come, don't need to breathe.
10 flasks of oil. Who knew?
There you go.
Didn't you load up on them like as supply?
Yeah,
At some point,
They're a useful
10.
tool.
10's a lot.
I mean, he's a turtle. It's not like carrying it.
the thing walking.
I mean, I had 10 when I started.
Yeah, true.
Yeah, you've started.
I reckon let's.
Well, yeah. Otherwise, I would also say if we want to test walking through the barrier,
Yeah.
like given the kind of place we're in, I would suggest Kincaid or Third and try it. Because they're like kind of the strongest of faith. But also strong.
If we were to describe how many ouches we can take in a series of points, Thuridin would have more than me.
It's some kind of numerical value.
His ouch ratio is higher.
I kind of want to torch the pit.
We could do that. Vin Weasel.
Yeah, just get Vin Weasel to chuck the oil around.
Just soak Vin Weasel in oil.
Strap 10 plus.
And then just
uncork them all.
Vin Weasel in and then
No,
firebolt it.
uncork them and then he leave trail. We just light trail and he comes back and we unstrap.
No, he
I'm
doesn't
just
come.
picturing
He
like
stays there.
with like a bunch of bottles strapped to his chest.
That's exactly.
He definitely doesn't come back from that.
I mean, yeah, so even if we torch the bones, it's probably not going to damage the heart, crystal shell and all that sort of thing.
It should be fine torching the bones.
So is that what we want to do? We want to.
I think that's the safest bet in case
Do we torch or do we just soak in oil and then if bones go shabba-dabba-dabba we can haha.
I mean, that's.
You fell into our trap. That was your trap. That is now our trap.
Shabba da babada.
The famous war cry of the skeletons.
I just shout out having the whole room ready to go up in flames when we don't really know what we're
if
going to
a
be
fire
doing
trap
in
goes
there.
I mean, it's all stone around it, isn't it? We're inside it.
Yeah, we're in a cave system.
No, we're underground. But it's more like.
And it's not like it's closed that it'll suck out all the oxygen. There's a long tunnel leading to the outside. So
fire, if it's big enough, can consume oxygen a lot faster than it can waft down a tunnel.
But also magic.
Is there magic oxygen in this universe?
There's magic.
Oh no, wait, you're right. I've got the helmet breathing. I'll be fine.
I can hold my breath for like an hour.
Yeah, you're right. Let's do it.
did you forget the massive chamber behind us? That's like got 70,000 coppers.
I mean, wait, was that the room full of also flammable shit?
Previous, there was a room in between.
Yeah, but that was also full of just heaps
That was just bones, skulls, and the like.
Yeah, look, I don't know if we even need to do anything about the bones. Like,
Just
I'm
the
more,
way you say.
I'm more see it as like a sacrifice thing. Like, this is, she obviously when she hit the level in her scrawlings where she went mad, she came here to just sacrifice anything and everything she could to this heart that she now worshipped because it consumed her mind. Like, that's the vibe I'm
Could be
getting.
that, or it just kills anybody who gets that close to it.
Yeah.
I'm imagining 10,000 skeletons coming up out of the pit as soon as you step across it.
I'm picturing that same
Or
thing.
maybe one big skeleton. Have you seen Voltron? Famous play.
Yeah.
I saw something like called Power Rangers where all of them got together.
Very similar. I think written by same playwright, maybe.
Oh, really?
Does Vin Weasel, if he looks at the bones, are they arranged in a certain way? Is it just like a heaping pile, like discarded,
Anyway, so look at the bones and describe what you see.
Make a perception or investigation if you're looking for a pattern or something.
Every skeleton's intact.
Because if it's like a very methodically laid out giant skeleton, well,
Yeah, I'm
then
just
maybe
waiting
it's
for
going to be a skeleton giant.
like a Gravelord Nito thing.
21.
Solid.
Very perceptive
Pattern
little weasel.
recognition. Fifth sense.
The family.
What Vin Weasel sees.
What king?
Oh yeah, what you see through Vin.
Seasels through wind muzzles.
It appears to be a clearly defined section of the room. Like, it's not just bones thrown on the floor. There may be like a receptacle for these bones.
Like a moat kind of.
Yeah, like a pit
yeah.
almost, but it's full of bones.
It is like a one bin.
Okay,
I
it's
reckon
like
we
a
should
mass
burn
grave.
That's always something that you don't want to tangle with.
So we burn the masquerade. Well, I mean,
Burn it
Boy,
so
I'm going to need more pages in the book. That's what I'm thinking.
it's more that if we were to. Well, the plan for removing the heart used to be get the skeleton to tie a rope around the heart, and then we'll remove it that way. If we burn the ground that the skeleton's going to stand on before he does that, so should we? But then if we tie the rope and then torch him, the rope might burn anyway. So what do?
I think we burn the pit, send these souls back, the way they deserve.
Oh, I've got a
Just,
grappling hook. Yeah, like if we basically want to fish for the heart.
Like one of those crane machines
Can
that
Vin
they
Weasel,
have in markets.
did Vin Weasel get a good look at the heart? Is it kind of like, is it completely smoothly encased, or is it more like it's got sides that are open where she was cut?
It's more like a bird cage.
Okay,
if
so
anything.
like things that a grappling hook could like slip in between.
Potentially.
Okay.
I
So
bought fishing tackle for the boat trip.
you've got a grappling hook. I feel like that. But yeah. So if we want to burn the bones, we can do that, and we can still get the heart. And then if we get the heart, we want to cram it into the pocket dimension thingy. So that's probably just the best way for us to transport it around. Yeah, no.
Yeah, I just
Do we want to remove the
putting
heart or not?
strange things in strange places that we don't understand
I mean,
fully.
the only thing in there is a cursed warhammer. It's going to get cursed again.
And
I don't know
a
about
bunch of
those.
notebooks.
Oh, and the
Are
notes.
also in there.
So cursed books.
I don't know what if the Warhammer takes control of the heart. Oh,
It would still need legs and arms. It'd
mate.
be a real threat.
Have you heard of magic?
Yes. That's why the warhammer was talking.
Imagine this whole time. What's magic?
What magic? I thought.
I don't believe in magic.
And are all owls not like this?
Yeah.
Is this not normal behaviour?
Okay.
Why did the owls ever die? Why do they not just...
Yeah, just disapparate.
Just reap.
Okay. Okay, so is that what we're going for? Are we bringing Vin Weasel back to oil him up?
Grease me up, woman.
Just gonna tie a bunch of
Maybe-
oil flasks to him, let him drag him in there, and.
Let's burn him.
Yep.
Is that what we're going for?
Okay, well, yeah. I mean, do you want to use your tent? Like, how many can he drag at once?
I mean, you can do like
trips.
Yeah. Yeah.
How much do they weigh?
They're 1 pound each.
Okay, that's not too bad.
And he, what's your carrying capacity? Is like
Something times your strength.
25 or 15 times your strength.
Something.
And his
I
strength.
guess his strength is quite low.
Probably.
But it'll be hard enough to carry it, by the way.
Probably carry one. Multiple might start to weigh him down a bit, especially like
So encumbrance,
crawling
your
across.
strength, so it's your strength core multiplied by 15, that many pounds, and the strength of Weasel is 3, so 45 pounds.
That's
Wow.
What is that? But like, it's like 15
What?
to 20 kegs.
So, but for a tiny creature,
No, strength.
you always halve it.
Okay, so there you
Oh.
go. Yeah,
Strength
I had a
four.
feeling-
Either way, that's still heaps for a.
Is it the 3 or is it
That's
negative?
the 3.
4.
Score, not modified.
Oh yeah,
Yeah,
okay. Yep.
But then halve it because he's tiny.
Let's just put it this way.
You can carry a couple and
You
go
can
back
put
and forth
one
and back
on
and
him.
forth and back and
No,
forth.
half again. So it'll be medium down to small,
and then
half
small.
it, and then so hang on.
No.
Three,
Medium and small, there's nothing you change. Tiny, you times it a half. Large, you double
It's
it.
for tiny, you have so large creatures can bear more weight, whereas a tiny creature can carry less. For each size,
I'm just
category
making a
of
judgment
medium-
call. You can put one on.
Oh,
him.
Let's just,
Okay.
you can just go back and
Yeah,
forth
no,
100
sorry,
times.
you're right. I hadn't read all the way down.
Yeah.
So you
So-
halve it. So 45, so 12.5 pounds. And how much do the thingies weigh?
Pound. 1 pound.
So
You can carry them all.
Where?
yeah, he's also got to have enough
Strap
limbs
to
then.
I don't know
Like,
what
to it.
Can he even walk if like strapped on top
Okay.
of him? I'm
Have you
just
seen a
picturing
6-pack?
flasks.
A 6-pack, but it's a 10-pack. So 3, and then
We can attach
one
a
on
little
top.
bag to his like
3,
to
one
his
on top,
tail, and he just
and they're
pulls
bound
it.
up in a little bundle, and
Can he just do 10 trips?
no.
My question is, how much oil would you like to use?
Let's not use all
How
of
much do you have?
I've got like 5 left, but 2 of them are still Molotov.
Yeah, enough
I've got
to, like,
3 that we can use right this second.
cover it. And
Well, I'll use my
set it
10.
on fire.
Okay, well, again, that's 13. No.
If
Well,
10,
you leave
gallons
because
of
I
oil.
don't really use
It's
it,
like
honestly.
1 copper or 1 silver, I think. It doesn't
Yeah.
matter.
How much space do they cover? Just thinking.
a 5-foot
I
splash
think
zone,
each one
isn't it?
does like a 5-foot
Okay,
cube
you-
when you dump the whole thing at once.
You cannot cover the whole thing.
We
Is
can
that-
get
is that
heaps
8 by
Can we
3?
just like mega
Five.
cup?
It'll hopefully spread.
Is that 8 by 3? I can't see the rest of it.
8 by 5.
So 45-foot cubes.
Yeah, pour a flask of oil on the ground to cover a 5-foot square area.
So we can cover what a quarter of the area.
I mean, we can just
pretty
go-
big amount to then let it spread.
If we go like diagonally across, or just straight across, cover like at least the middle, it'll spread.
Yeah.
How flammable are bones?
Pretty flammable.
We're about to find out.
Depends how dry they are. Well, yeah, but I imagine these ones are quite dry. I imagine this is somewhat like old dead wood, but less.
If it's dry, it'll be like dry
When you
grass.
burn them?
No,
I've also
got
got.
gunpowder.
I've also got like a lot of books and parchment.
Weird flex, but okay.
No, they burn good.
I know.
I've also got 5 oil
And I've
classes.
got 9 torches.
Okay, so
So
the
10.
Wind Weasel just about to ferry everything, so we're going to Burning Man.
Not the
basically
torches
right on
and the oil at the same time.
I
I
want
want
to
to have 2
clarify.
oil flasks.
I want to clarify that.
So you've
Yeah.
got 2, I've got 5, you've got 10.
He's got 3.
So there's 20.
Look, we just every bit there has either a torch.
You're gonna make a
or
chessboard.
Either a torch or soaked in oil.
Okay.
And then
sure. Yeah, we
Hold
can
on.
do that.
I've got a shitload of rope. We can put some rope around covered in oil.
Okay.
You want to soak the rope in oil.
Rope could-
when
the
the
rope could
bone
be up to
golem
diffuse.
when the bone golem appears, you can wrap it up in oily rope and set it on fire, and that way the rope disappears and it's free again.
So,
True.
in the end, how many oil flasks are we
I reckon
expending?
10, 3,
I'll use my
5,
10.
18. Did you have any?
I had 2.
So 20.
Are you using all 20?
Do we? Yeah.
I mean, you're the only one that uses them. So.
Yeah, and they've been pretty lackluster, so I don't
Okay,
They don't do tons of damage.
let's
they're
use,
not very helpful.
If we use all 20, that's half the area
Yeah,
covered in
so
oil.
attempt
Alright.
to check a board.
And then a bunch of torches.
And we'll go like a long ways, hope that it like catches.
I'll use
Yeah.
5 torches as well.
Use all 20.
Okay, and so are we getting the weasel to do this?
Yeah.
Just back and forth, back
Oh,
and
it'll
forth.
take like 5-10 minutes.
Yeah, that's like you can. They're
Taking
fast.
20 of flasks back and
They're
forth.
fast.
It is stupid, I love it.
They're fast.
This
I've got 10
is
torches.
D&D in a nutshell.
Yeah.
Fast. Yeah.
Hold on,
What
I've
people
got 10
think
torches.
D&D is going to be like charging with the rotary. What thing is
Da-da-da-da.
one weasel can carry?
Yeah. So if we pyramid stack them up on his back.
I can tie them in little bundles.
No, it's like like Duff Man, how he has them all around his stomach.
Yeah.
He does that and then he just rolls.
Oh, okay. That makes sense.
So we've got 20 flasks. I've got 10 torches I'm willing to put in. So there's 30
I
of
put
the...
5 torches in.
So that's...
15 and 20, so 35 squares.
35 squares out of the 40 have either oil or an
Bit of wood.
unburnt torch.
Which will do.
An unlit torch.
An unlit torch, that's what I'm looking for.
Okay. You do so. Finn Weasel's knackered.
Here's a magic.
Yeah, but he can still be knackered.
He's mentally exhausted.
I'm trying to remember what he was, and I just went with he's a magic. He is a magic.
Faye, I think you went with.
Yeah, Fae Fiend or Celestial. I think Celestial.
And you went with
And,
Fiend. Yes. What is your method of lighting this oil?
Do you want me to Molotov cocktail?
Yep.
Like,
Just so you know, you don't have a clear line of sight.
The oil went. Bloop, 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 bloop.
So if you've left,
We can-
left a trail, yeah.
We did that.
we
Okay.
can, I was going to say, we can
Uncorked
just...
the last
We
one.
can just give him a bit of torch and he can just...
oh yeah, just give.
Actually, yeah, light a torch, give it to him,
Yeah.
and then he dives in. Yeah.
I mean, also we can just light a thing and then he doesn't die. Like the trail of oil.
Yeah. Okay.
Alright, well,
The last one.
He's useful.
do that, alright.
This
Okay.
is good.
Okay, fine, don't sacrifice him.
Keep the whistle alive forever.
So, yeah, spark just a torch then and just touch it to the top of the trail.
Yeah.
And he's left.
All the fumes that these oil, the 20 open oil plants.
And then I'll activate the thing of breathing.
Boy, is it funny or does it smell oily in here?
Well, it looks a little like this in a few minutes.
It's pretty oily and smells.
A black stank, like just thick and acrid, starts. You can smell it pretty quick. How long does oil burn for?
Not that long. A couple of rounds.
Yeah.
Just depends if it sticks, I guess.
Yeah, well, it's that, and then, but it's also like, how long does a torch burn
If
for?
it's stuck to it, it'll probably just keep
How
burning.
many of
it.
them
torch burns
make
for
up a
an
part of it? And
But oil. Because I know in combat it it only
combat, it's like
lights
2 or
someone on
3
fire
rounds.
for a few
Well,
rounds.
it depends on.
If
Well, I
Yeah,
mean, in
it
real
burns
life, it'll
two
just keep
rounds.
burning until
it's gone.
burns everything.
Yeah, until it burns up. But
We should have thrown
20
some rubber ties on
points
there.
of it. Maybe a bit longer, I don't know.
Yep.
Yeah,
So
for 2 rounds.
let's say you get 30 seconds of burn time. You hear a few pops, like from a bone over the fires,
Crackle.
but you don't see or hear anything else. I mean, you can't see it on fire. You can see the glow around the screen, the bone screen. What did I call it? Partition.
Yeah.
But nothing else.
Is it like a bead curtain but made of bones?
No, it's a solid wall.
So like one of the backyard wicker screen things that people have, but made of bones.
Yeah, that's a fair
I was
assessment.
trying to kind of
Yeah,
visualise,
get a visual.
like, not woven exactly.
Yeah.
But
It's like it's knitted together, weaving, kind of same idea.
knit one, pearl one.
Okay, so now do we try?
Vin Weasel have a look at the bones.
He goes and has
Can
a
you
look
see
at
through the
burnt
smoke?
bones.
So I assume you would have waited for him to get out of there before you lit it. Varus is like, nope, bye!
See ya.
And he vins his way back in, and there are patches of, blackened, some scorched, some untouched. It hasn't spread across the whole thing. Bones are not flammable. There's not much to them. Once the minerals burn out, there's nothing left. But that's what you heard popping. A couple of them have come apart under intense heat.
Okay, well that's a.
Maybe get him to scavenge
At least
through,
they're
see if he
weak,
can see
alright.
anything.
He swan dives in and has a little poke around after it's cooled down enough for him to not die doing so.
Good call. Make a dexterity check. Actually, make it a dexterity saving throw. How much health has he got? I'd assume he has 1 health.
Literally the same, whether he doesn't have proficiency in either acrobatics or dexterity saving throws.
Okay.
15.
Not bad.
He's slinky.
He manages to avoid... There are a lot of shards of bone, pointy sort of bone in there. He manages to avoid them. I mean, scrabbling in and under, going around the place.
Pencils go through
Yeah,
bushes. And
that's what they're for, tubing around the place.
Yeah, they're like a snake, but installed in cat hardware.
Yeah. Yes. I'll get you to make a perception check as well.
Is the heart burnt? Did we just destroy the heart?
No, I wouldn't have gone up that.
Yeah. Just perception.
Yep.
Is this me or
This is
Vin Weasel?
you through Vin, I
if
assume?
you're walking into him.
17? Or if it's Vin Weasel, not that.
He's
Me.
he's
I'm walking in. So.
Yep. He's vinning around. Weasel. Sorry, really deep. And he's bouncing around in the bones, moving skulls to the side. And he comes across a skull with a little bit of a glow to it.
Maybe he can bring it back to us.
Bring that back, but not through the curtain, just next to the curtain.
Okay.
That would be within your detect magic range as well, wouldn't it?
Well, once it gets that close, yeah.
Is it, when you say glowing, do you mean in a non-threatening way just from the heat of the fire?
Like, the skull looks radioactive, the eyes are glowing red,
What's your AC?
the teeth are painted gold.
My AC or Vin Weasel's
Vin.
AC? 13.
13?
Yeah, there's
Wow.
little...
Dexterous.
That's
So
a- oh, yeah,
your
Dex, of
AC
course.
is 10
I
plus
was like,
Dex.
is he armor player?
Yeah, did I not tell you this was a battle weasel?
It's got chainmail.
It's just a chainmail sock.
13.
13 is his AC.
Vin scurries closer, and then your view of Vin, you come back to yourself.
Well, one of the bones, their skulls was glowing, and then Vin Weasel went kabooey.
Kablooey.
Kabooey.
Is there anything in my studies that I would have come across like powerful magic undeath stuff that I could maybe like, oh, a glowing skull and a pile of bones. Yeah, that's this, you know? Or is this pretty niche?
Similar lines as a deadbeat priest.
I'd say in a bardic college, you wouldn't have anything that in depth. It's quite a macabre subject.
Yeah. What about me as a fighter of the evils?
Macabre subject, you say?
A macabre subject. You may have something.
And also, as the
I'd
person
say.
who actually saw it.
Even almost Varus too, depending on how many rituals you partook in the Underdark.
Go for religion.
Thing.
Different kind of
Go
massage.
for religion, but with disadvantage.
Different kind of rituals. Like, it was turning the live into dead.
Yeah.
My religion. 16 and 5.
16.
Okay. Nothing specific. Nothing. There's no like fairy tale or anything related.
That is the famous glow skull.
Yeah.
Grey skull.
Well named and well known. But no, nothing that springs to mind.
Okay. So it could just be an unfriendly skeleton.
Yeah. Okay, but there is something dangerous in amongst the pile.
Yeah,
of bones.
definitely.
Next to the heart of a demon.
Now the next question is, should I dispel magic, potentially giving it the opportunity to chase us out of this room, but also potentially saving us from turning to ash when we cross the threshold? Or do we just try it?
Does dispel magic need line of sight?
No, sorry, I mean of the magical doorway.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
But yes, it does.
Take whatever magic.
Did we want to send in first before we dispel the door?
Again, using spell slots just before we potentially have a fight is a bit of a...
This is the other part of D&D.
Is sending's an action yet?
Yes, one action.
Do you think it would be better? Okay, hear me out. We don't send it yet, but you keep it in reserve, and if Von Shabadabada, we are about to die, like before you die, Ostran or our loss, we did a bad thing, save the realm.
I was going to say more along the lines of that. The coterie lady religious one. We can take... Yeah, hey, we've got this heart here. Ever heard of flaming skulls? Or glowing skulls, rather?
Vin didn't get a great look at it because it is under bones and that sort of stuff. You just saw a
Was it
sort
the
of...
whole thing? Was it the mouth, the eyes, weird etchings?
You sort of wiggled closer to try and get a better look.
There's a bit of light coming from deeper within the pit.
And he saw enough to see that it was from a skull.
Yep.
And it did more than 13 damage.
At 13 AC.
I feel like
It would have been 1 HP, Weasel.
Yeah. 13
Oh,
was
So it hit 13 AC.
Yeah.
which is not much.
So
I feel like if we're going to go to Secret Lady, Elf's future mother-in-law, what the best,
My future wife.
that's the one. I feel like if we're going to go to her, we just go to the elves. Cut out the middleman.
Yeah.
If we're going to get the information from that. And also,
well, who knows
So
how much
Alice
the
is like
Alice even
retiring
knows.
soon, you know.
in like 2 years. A year?
But he's kind of on. He's on the way out.
There's no concrete date.
Someday soon.
That's more accurate.
You know, he's on the way out.
Then surely a good
His-
thing to know about before he...
Yeah.
job's done for the day, no more emails, logging off.
But I
If only I had known.
In the meeting that we had with the coterie, was the Alice there himself?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yep.
So
in the chamber.
in his meeting, he didn't really participate. Like,
No, he didn't.
The vibe I get is obviously he's got some health concerns. He's on the way out. He is like the first ever Alice to retire instead of die on the job, right? And the way that meeting ran, it almost feels like he's had these health issues for a while. He has a pretty passive role as like a figurehead, keeps the realm stable, but his coterie / council are kind of running things.
For me, it felt like they were the ones that knew what was going
Yeah.
on, and he was just
Not a pig. So it's
He was there to stand there and look pretty and keep people happy.
Yeah.
Just like Ricky.
And well, thanks.
Ow.
No,
That was a
great compliment. Yeah.
All you do is stand there and look pretty.
He's part.
I'm pretty.
Arm candy.
Today, Varys said I was pretty.
I'm laying on the bed that length of the
And you're like twirling your beard.
I thought no one had noticed that I was doing my beard differently. Then Varys
I used some new beard oil today and Varys complimented it.
I used the rest to burn the fire pit.
and all the undead, they smelled of lilacs as they burned.
Except the glowing one.
Good. Okay, what do we do?
I think we should test someone walking through the doorway first.
I'd rather dispel
reckon
the
it'll analyze anyone.
What's this? Sorry, it was
necrotic.
necrotic.
Which, to be fair, necromancy. To be fair, the school of necromancy is
Bringing dead back to life.
is also revivify and spells like that, right? Like, is cure wounds technically necromancy? No.
Evocation.
Is it really?
Yeah, it's super weird. So, like,
But it's like, necromancy isn't always bad, but it's normally not good.
You're preaching to the choir here.
Is the manipulation of life force.
Well, yeah.
Which can be giving life force or can be taking away life
Give me 1 second. I'll be back, and I just run and grab one of the zombies and bring it back. Let's try put this through the door.
Sure, throw it in.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't know if it has like an immediate destroys all flesh.
I mean, Vin Weasel made it through. That's kind of what's on.
But he's celestial.
Yeah,
He's not exactly.
But a zombie
dead,
is undead, right?
Yeah.
We're humanoid.
Yeah, but it's still a dead sort of thing.
Bear in mind, so necromancy manipulates the energies of life and death. Such spells can grant extra life, or drain their life from another creature, or manipulate death to create undead, bring death back to life. If it was a protection, it would probably be something like abjuration. Abjuration is protective spells, barriers, they get harmful effects, harm trespassers.
So it's probably bad news.
Yeah. Well, if it was
The corpse tumbles. As you
As
I put it
if
through.
it was to keep
Wall,
the heart thing
wall
it
is
just-
abjuration. Give and or take life and or death is necromancy.
and I think the
Wall make me think maybe the takey life part.
and I think from the journal entries of this lady and the way she set up the kind
I
of
just threw
last
the
ditch
dead body
effort.
through. He just said nothing.
Yeah.
He just flopped.
Yeah, I think, and also the front door, like last ditch effort of the holy warriors in their tomb, right? Makes me think she doesn't want anyone getting their hands on this heart. So it's I would assume that this is a life-takey barrier.
I think so too.
Draining life force and also
Like it could super age us, right? You know, like that's also a thing that happens.
We don't want you to turn grey, mate.
Yeah, I mean, I'd be a silver
like a
fox,
relative
but I don't want you guys to turn grey.
Like in a relative or a flat mounting, because I have 750 year lifespan.
Yes.
or it's a sleek mustache.
All that happens, I hit puberty.
Or like the episode of Big Bang, where they've all got like hairy, like giant beards. He's got like a little goatee.
Barris steps through.
Yes.
Alright, well then, should we dispel? If we're leaning towards it's the life-takey, better to not chance it.
I think it's just straight up better to not chance it.
Alright.
I will still have one slot available for sending for either okay, the room is okay,
We're all
we've
gonna
cleared
die.
it. Let's maybe ask someone if they've heard about this heart, or we're all going to die.
Does
Ostran.
sending have to be instantly returned? Because otherwise we can ask the Alos.
Please
he could
hold.
always
Ding,
confer
ding, ding.
with the other people and then send back to us, right?
So, the creature hears the message in its mind, recognizes you as the sender if it knows you, and can answer in a like matter immediately.
So it has to be immediate.
So they respond within that like same 6 seconds, probably,
that
right?
action.
With they would almost take a reaction, but not.
They can't store the response for later.
Yeah, it's not like a voicemail machine.
So yeah, dispel it, save that for later, clear the room,
Yeah.
decide what to do with the heart.
Because we're also, I might not be able to dispel it.
Well, yeah,
Give it a shot.
that'd suck.
Guidance helps with ability checks.
Just ability checks, yeah.
May I please have a guidance? Good priest. Dispel magic
On the doorway?
on the magic on the doorway. Yeah, so choose one creature, object, or magical effect. So I suppose object, doorway, I guess. Yeah.
Because there might be more than one effect in this way it hits all of them.
Okay.
There's a sharp
Well, yeah.
as the magic dissipates.
Okay.
Just flat doesn't work.
Sweet.
No, it worked.
So,
Dispelled.
yeah. So it was below 3rd level.
Yeah.
I reckon.
So it could have just been an illusion.
I reckon Kincaid, come up here with me, so you can spot the magic. You know, before I'm walking.
Oh yeah,
Detect magic, like if...
Did I see? Well, I would have seen it.
Yeah.
You know, like in case like I'm about to walk into something, but
magical traps or whatever.
I'll just walk along 5 foot behind you.
yeah. So we'll.
Okay.
All right.
So we're entering the room.
Is that open?
It
Took us an hour, but-
It took us an hour.
Yeah, we always knew that
But
was
we're
going to
in.
be...
Yep. Beautiful.
No, you're killing.
And then us two.
Yep.
Behind.
We dispelled the magical trap.
But not the mechanical trap.
Oh! Bone spears everywhere. Pew, 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 pew. So,
Would you
Okay.
like to investigate around for physical traps?
So much.
you step through the doorway, sort of just like nothing happens.
Maximum pucker.
Can you even pucker? Do you have an anus?
I mean,
Where do you think the food goes?
Who are you talking to?
I just turn around.
Of course I have an anus.
Sometimes I have an anus. You think the food just dissipates?
What are you talking about, mate?
Never mind.
What did that doorway do to you?
Maybe that's
Oh,
my
it-
madness.
It's gone
My
mad.
long-term madness. I have broken the fourth wall. Kincaid is aware that he's a character in this role-playing game.
You can have a D4 of inspiration because that's hilarious.
I just the visual like.
It's like in George of the Jungle. It's like in George of the Jungle where George like interacts with the narrator.
Yeah.
Yeah, all sorts of wrong.
Or,
And you guys are just sort of like
Holy
put
Grail.
off by the sudden. Of course. But
And then just it echoes through.
It's like camera cut to like the
yeah,
to Hermes.
Hermes the gold
Yeah.
And then just start walking past the cave. Anus.
The holy warriors in their sarcophagus.
Yeah. That was their code word to wake up.
well, they said the magic word. So you all step through the portal, the doorway, with no ill effect.
The word portal makes me nervous.
Yeah.
It's another name for a door.
We'll start making our way.
Or
first.
is it?
I reckon we'll start making our way first towards the glowy skull.
I think
just
can we
above
take the long way around?
Do it.
So we're like that.
Well, yeah.
Just so we're kind of coming at it further away from the bone pit.
All going that way?
Boy, am I? Is it lit up at all in here?
Who's going first?
Is that
Third.
I've got
It'll be these two.
Then I've got the girdle going.
Yeah,
You
he
going
moved up to
second?
second.
Yeah.
He moved up to second.
Yes.
So the detect magic. So then, yeah, man.
Bigger boy goes.
And boy, am I looking around for traps and/or
Investigation check.
Yeah, just generally.
Go for it.
perception.
You're all. I mean,
That's a
yeah,
7.
either other.
I turn around to Varys.
Clear to you.
I turn around to Varys.
Good at my job.
And just like touch him on the shoulder and kind of give a little nod and cast invisibility.
Oh, okay. Alright.
Okay.
Hey.
Then let's put invisibility on him.
Oh.
I'm just looking up at the ceiling for traps. I can't see anything.
Perception is 21.
Nice. Concentration. Visibility.
Yeah.
Alright. So, you all round the partition. Up close, it's kind of creepy.
I'm sure from a distance it was very creepy as well.
Not quite as bad. Like, you can see it has been lovingly woven and, messed with.
Is it like if I run the warhammer along, will it go like?
Oh, someone connected this elbow to this child's skull so lovingly.
It was lovingly done. but yeah, not the nicest, decoration that you've ever seen. I mean, you've probably seen something
Better.
somewhat close.
There you go.
Can I
Okay.
bet that if there's anything interesting on it at all, that doesn't.
It appears to be made of bone.
That's it.
All different sorts of bone, but made of bone.
Can I whack it with the warhammer?
You can if you would like.
I would like to whack it with the warhammer.
You guys are all like looking for traps,
That activate trap.
and you hear a like bone snapping. The wall stays, but you see one of the bones gets cracked. Like, I assume you're not trying to get through the wall, but
No, I'm trying to whack the wall.
give it a love hit.
Yeah.
A love tap.
Oh, that sounds so good. I'll give it another whack.
Stop.
There goes the element
You
of
want to
surprise.
get killed by bone
The
giant?
element of surprise. After you
Weasel
look-
going back and forth after 10 minutes.
After the 20 trips,
And just
fire.
20 minutes of
The conversation outside the door.
a solid hour of
Then
standing.
throwing the corpse through the doorway before we come in.
I so want there
Like,
to be a
there's
guard
nothing
in
else
this
we
room.
could have done.
It's
to
just
announce
been
our
watching
presence.
It's just watching the weasel like they not
then
know
like-
like you.
Then just a zombie corpse. Alright.
Right, I guess we'll make our way
fan out a bit
towards-
into the main chamber.
Okay, Fan how?
I don't want to stand on the bones. I'll just have me stand about.
Sure. Yeah, you put
Here.
yourself. Where would you like to go?
towards the pit.
Like on the corner, sort of thing?
Do you wanna-
Cade.
Yeah, I'll be like 5 foot behind. Yeah, perfect.
I'll have moved a little bit further in and like
Like that.
yep, I'm happy there.
And then that wall spins around like Scooby Doo, and then you get trapped on the other side.
The heartbeat is louder now that you're in the room. It is not a small heart. The thing itself is probably yay big. Looks quite solid, and the heart itself is probably this, like that.
It's in a big cage.
From here, can I see like where grafts have been taken off it?
You would need to get a lot closer. In the what 30 foot, you get somewhat close. You probably wouldn't be able to see it from that distance, not knowing what you're looking at. The heart itself almost looks petrified. It's not like a red, healthy looking heart. It's white and emaciated, and it still constricts and contracts in the same way a normal heart does, but it is not human
Parts of
anatomy.
the Smoker's packet.
Yeah, but worse, I guess. Yes, so you're all hearing the like a lot
You
louder.
want to do your paladin look for evil thing?
Yeah, I'll use a divine sense.
Okie dokie. Fey Fiend or Undead?
Within 30 feet. Doka.
You do get a return on the heart. Fiendish in nature.
Any undead in the pit?
Nothing in the pit.
You also get a fiendish response on one of the unblackened sections of the bone pit.
Fiendish.
Alright, what section?
What section of where was it through?
Alright, you see right there with that blue circle is
Yeah, here, let me drop a ping.
there's something fiendish in there, and the heart, obviously, Matt.
Okay, so it's not a fake demon heart then. You know,
No,
it's just
this
something-
this is the real shit, mate.
Can I just load the crossbow and ready in action to pointing at the pit, shoot if skeleton springs out or anything?
Sure thing.
Has my detect magic picked up anything now that I'm closer?
The
Because
crystalline structure that's holding the heart.
No?
Yeah. 5, 10, 15, 20, 20. Yeah, you're pretty much exactly 30. Crystalline structure that maintains the heart or encapsulates it is definitely magical. There's a whole mess of different magics that hold it together.
Okay, so like many schools of magic.
But can that be taken off the pillar as a whole?
Well, yeah, does it look so like the crystal and the marble?
Yes, definitely separate
it's not
pieces.
Like woven into
No.
it. Okay.
So we can take the entire thing.
theoretically.
That makes me feel a lot better.
Yeah, because it's not like they can dispel everything and
Well, they
or
might be
just
able
use
to,
one
but at least
spell.
it's not like taking away those bone barriers is taking away all the protection. It's like, you know, the Simpsons nuclear rod is still in the lead box.
Kind of, except one crazy lady scratched a hole in the lead casing and was getting at it from the side.
Also, she obviously understood the gravity of kind of...
She did, until she went insane.
Yeah.
Understood being in the past tense.
Yeah.
She did.
And as well as, you know, people can understand risks and still say, to hell with it.
That's true.
This is worth...
But it's still better than it just sitting there on the plinth by itself, but us having to carry it with the ring of powering us.
Yeah.
Well, into bad CGI.
Sky beams.
What do you mean? It's flawless.
I actually didn't mind it. But
So, you can all see it. Anyone making any movement?
I'll walk around to where I felt the fan thing in the
is it
pit.
time
to
for take the fishing rod out of my backpack?
And do I see anything?
I'll just kind of shit out the grappling hook onto the ground next to me, and it just kind of appears from thin air.
Is that the plan, everybody?
No.
I feel like we don't want to jump in bone pit with maybe demon. This is fishing rod.
How long does your divine sense last?
It's just a.
It's just like
Oh, it's just on.
Sewn up, yes.
So I sort of have the idea of where it is.
Yep. Somewhat there.
Can I?
Do I see the glowing from where I am now?
No.
Can I call out? Move over to next. Like, how far? How your thing's 10 foot, isn't it? Your aura.
Yeah, 10 foot. Yeah.
Yeah. Can I be there?
Ready?
I will move up like 10 feet behind in the middle of them.
Yeah.
Barris making any moves?
We might just move to like... Oh, maybe there.
I'm going to call out Orgatroth.
Okay. You call it out. The heartbeat punctuates it. But
I think it's Orkokoth.
It's definitely Orkokoth.
Orgatroth. I get the name right.
same thing. There's no response to it.
It's in my notes.
So is the
my
other...
notes is Orgatroth.
Is it like a pit or like on the same level as us?
It's level.
Okay.
It's flush.
So I step on a charred bit of bone and just like sort of using the warhammer, like sort of like brushing bones aside to where I felt the fan.
Okay.
See like where I could, if I can see anything.
Yep. Brushing bones aside, you hear them rattle and clink away. You clear sort of a path, but it's just bone underneath bone. It's obviously more than, this thick. There's untold depth to it. And stepping into the bones, you're sort of clearing. Everyone's tensely watching your back.
Yeah, I'm just like sweeping.
Why are you going in the bone pit?
We
Bone pit full of bed.
need to kill it.
No, we don't.
We need to
No,
kill
we
it.
don't. Mission is get item, not murder.
Mate, we get the item, that thing's gonna pop up and go,
Maybe.
Would it
Probably.
it'd be safer just to kill it, mate.
By the way, can I tie some rope to the grappling hook that I shit out, and then put that next to Kincaid on the ground, and then run back to where it was?
You can change the terrain, can't you? Change the terrain.
Really, I can cast.
Yeah,
I
pretty
can,
much. Just it's there for them to use.
I could put a bunch of vines and stuff that make it difficult terrain, if that's what you mean.
Yeah.
Oh, that's...
And maybe that'll like clear the bones away. Like in that area where I felt the fiend.
Grasping weeds and vines and stuff.
You could just grow over the top like a bit of a net again.
We could also just all start shooting it.
All that.
That's why I was gonna look for the glowing skull and then whack it.
Then yeet it.
Yeah.
You would pop it up like a skeet shooter for us all, set up with your warhammer.
Pull! What are we doing?
Kincaid pulls out his Browning.
Keep looking for whatever this fiend thing was. Just like keeping a distance. Just
Yep. So as you're parting the bones, the skulls, pushing them to the side, much like these mugs, you hear them.
They sound like coconuts.
A little bit. Lovely bunch of them too. And you get to about where you thought it was, and you don't see anything.
might be able to move.
Maybe it is moving me. I just stop and look around. Do I see like any like slight like movements of
Make a
bone?
perception check.
Do we all do that? I feel like we're all,
Yeah, go for it.
you know.
My perception is not very good. It's a 7.
Solid.
Dirty 20.
7.
We all gone for it? Heyo. 19.
You don't see anything yet.
Should we try to agitate it into appearing?
I reckon let's use the little vines and weeds and things. Just
That doesn't really.
Yeah, like if we were
But
trying to
wouldn't
track
it-
it.
That doesn't so much. That doesn't so much move things around as keep things where they are.
would it entangle it and we'll know where it is?
If it's there,
Yeah.
but if it's not,
I mean, I can use another divine sense. And just,
why don't we just all start shooting it?
Well,
Cantrips
diving
are free.
into the bone pile.
Cantrips are free.
Oh,
I don't have cantrips.
If you two wanted to start, well, I mean, you've got to have one.
I'll just use divine sense again.
You've
just-
got a hammer.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm past hammer.
How many did you get? How many? And you've used 2 now.
2 now, yeah.
Did you use one at the...
Entrance, I think.
I used one sometime.
Yeah, you
earlier,
used one early. So this would be a third.
Just doing a third or fourth.
Beautiful.
I just call out, Shothragot, you're a poor excuse for a demon.
Orgacor.
No, I call out Shothragot.
My name's Orgacor.
And then I hide back behind my shield.
I go my shell.
Yeah.
Nothing.
When I use...
Did you want to take
Divine
a stab at it?
sense.
Start stabbing around in there?
You use Divine Sense, and it is not where it was previously.
Where's it now?
Probably 10 foot to your left.
10 foot to my left.
So you've
Right
sort
in
of
front of
stepped in
Kincaid.
and swept to here, and it's about there now.
In that case, I'm going to immediately react.
Okay.
Use... What's the spell called? Divine Favor, which is a bonus action, gives me 1d4 radiant damage.
Yep.
And just smack.
So bonus action.
Okay.
Cast radiant, divine favor on yourself and then attack.
Alright. Let's go.
And attack the spot where it was as soon as it pinged up.
Just like a bone claw.
Yeah. Oh, we're in hell.
Mamma mia!
It was a portal.
Sucked in.
DMCA.
Okay. So, shutting your mouth. As you slam down on the pile of bones, it basically just erupts upwards around you. It's just a flurry of bones start flying up into the air. And the first thing you see are gleaming yellow eyes filled with hatred. You see a horribly disfigured, emaciated body. It's skin and bone to the nth degree. There are spines and quillions all up its back as it emerges, this humanoid shape. Extremely elongated arms with fingers that end in deadly points.
Does it look feminine?
It does somewhat.
Would it... Like, would I think it's...
Allow me to continue. You see two twisted horns of bone pointing back, and what look like wings furl out behind it. And you hear... I hope this works. Good. Yes? Why have you not changed, you bastard? It's meant to
Is that what
change.
they say to us? Because it's
Why
been
have
a
you
bit
not-
sweaty, I'm sorry.
And it says, "What do you mean? Of course I have a nameless."
Why did it not change?
Has your
Second?
has Compy peed its pants?
No. Do it manually. Loses the effect, but that's alright.
But yeah, twisted horns.
Yep.
Tiefling.
Vibes.
Or a goat.
Or good.
Yeah, what's
Lots of things have
Beelzebub?
horns. Black Phillip.
What's
What's this chick's name again?
we didn't get it.
Ostran.
Ossuary.
No, that was the.
That's the tiefling.
That's the
That's
elite.
why we go XLR. So.
Is that her name or is that just the crypt we're in?
That's her.
Ostran was a tiefling, did the bad magic.
Because we're in the ossuary of Oshuevich.
Yeah, like her
That's-
family's
Right.
generational
Okay.
thingy, and so
I hadn't pieced that together.
no, I think we did cover it at some point.
I think we did have, there was some misunderstanding about it.
Look, we did go over who she was. I just wasn't listening.
Yeah. I remember Tiefling.
Just show me what I got to stab.
Take 2. Let's see if this works.
Of course I have an anus.
Of course, I have an anus.
Some of my better work, if I'm honest.
You hear this horrific monstrosity bursts out, and we're gonna have to roll initiative.
Do I get my shot off? Because I was waiting for it.
Yes.
Didn't mind.
Roll initiative first, and we'll resolve those. Surprise rounds.
It's a 9.
Okay.
Okay. Hello, John.
25 to 20. 20 to 15.
I got 19.
15 to 10.
10.
10 to 5.
Damn.
Alrighty.
I guess it makes sense since I attacked first.
How is it going? One vanished. Good old go XLR.
It's not bony, but we've got a tiefling.
I mean, might as well.
Yeah.
It's still
like a
teethy.
It's the spine whip.
Yeah.
Yeah, sure.
Let's go. Better than that. It is large.
Oh, it's a large size.
Yes. Have you got anything larger?
Knox.
It jumps up out of the pit and goes.
So.
That's good.
Big scary. So, Thoradin,
Yeah.
Yeah, so it's
resolve your attack first.
So. It does. So I'm assuming it hits with a 27. And then I do. Bingo. Was it D4 radiant? So 13 bludgeoning.
13
4
bludgeoning.
radiant.
Beautiful. So as you crack it in the cranium, that is what triggers this. Varus gets his shot off, waiting. The invisibility will drop.
16 plus 6, 22.
That will hit.
Cool.
You got sneak attack because you'd have advantage.
Mhm.
I should also get a second attack.
Yeah, because it's like, is this a surprise round? Like it's
Yep.
surprise. So yeah, you would have just been your action.
11.
Well, I get 2 attacks.
18.
Oh, the 1 attack.
20. 20.
20 damage.
Yeah, well done. You should probably do another.
Should I get another?
What are you using, sorry? What sort of damage?
And it's piercing. Piercing, crossbow, non-magical. I think that covers it.
Yep. Beautiful. Yep.
My
Make your
second
attack.
swing. Nat 20.
Oh boy.
I will I will see might.
Alrighty. Smite away.
Yeah.
Go the
15th level spell slot.
I'll use.
second.
Do it.
Second.
I don't have a 3rd level spell slot, do I?
No, you don't.
Use
I'll use a 2nd level spell slot on my smithy.
Big Smitty.
Friggin' dice am I rolling?
So it's.
Hold on, let me just.
Well, it depends on what it is. If it counts as like a fiend or undead, you get like 4d8 times 2 or something.
Which it was a fiend, wasn't it?
It was a fiend, yeah. So
is that right? It's 3d8 plus 1d8
and I get
per level plus 1d8.
And I get savage attack.
Literally what you're built for.
Yeah.
On this thing.
Someone do them.
The savage orc is just so it's 2d10 from the hammer.
Yeah.
And then it's 2d8, 3d8, 4d8 times 2, so 8d8. So 2d8 bludgeoning, 8d8 radiant.
Okay.
No, sorry, 3d8 bludgeoning, 8d8
3d10.
3d10. Oh, d10 because
3D
it's two-handed.
So it's 3d...
3d10 bludgeoning and then 8d8 radiant.
So
I don't
2d4 radiant. From Divine Favour.
Oh, yeah,
Holy
jeez.
moly.
No, that's only... Is it 1?
It's doubled.
But it's doubled because it's a crit.
Okay.
So 3d10.
So 3d10 and I'll need one more d8 off someone.
Yeah, okay.
Okay, thank you. So the first one
7 to 10.
10 and a 3.
So 10, 10,
So
3.
10, 10, 3 plus 5.
Yeah.
Bludgeoning.
And then
this many.
7 plus 1. Can I re-roll my 1s with
No,
my...
no,
Or is that's just for...
That's just
Just hitting one weapon,
Yeah.
yeah. 7 plus 1 plus 1 plus 6 plus 1 plus 7 plus 5 plus 2. And then I roll these.
And then 2 will yep.
Plus 5.
1 and 4.
1 4.
Yeah, 1 and 12.
Good grief. So 23.
In your head.
28. Bludgeoning.
Yeah.
Is
Yeah,
it
B?
16, 23, 28, 30 radiant, 35 radiant.
28 bludgeon, 35 radiant.
Yeah.
Yeah.
This is using your Dwarven Slayer.
Yes.
Is she a dwarf?
She's a...
No, it's just
Tiefling.
Not a
all the
dwarf.
damage is magical, therefore.
Yeah. 28 plus 35.
Is that top of the list? That beats 70, doesn't it? No.
No.
No, that's 55.
That's in
60,
Was it,
63
28,
total.
was it 28 and 35?
Yeah, 28 and 35. Oh, yeah, so 60,
So 63.
63, so that's number 2.
Yeah. That's good.
That's very good.
Then I smite again.
Alright, surprise round over.
Yeah.
Surprise, bitch.
Surprise, you're dead.
Yeah, literally what you're built for. Killing fiends.
Alright. Surprise round
Love it.
is over.
Gotta love it.
And don't we get a turn?
Do we get a surprise?
It's a round, and it's literally just if the creature's surprised, which it is, it doesn't get an action that round.
It was an interesting one. It was aware of your presence, but it wasn't triggered until it was attacked. So your held action on movement and the attack
Okay, so it wasn't.
were pre. Yeah,
It wasn't a surprise round.
Yeah.
Surprise round with an asterisk.
yeah. It was a little bit.
Yeah.
You know, just giving you a little benefit of
Having a bit of
going
preparedness.
first. Yep.
Well then, so as it jumps up, I also get my reaction circle of decay thing. Give me 1 sec. to
Okay.
Finish doing. So it was 28, 34.
Big
Bludgeoning Radiant, 63. And we are assuming that this is Ossuary.
You would assume so.
We think so, yeah.
Good
Has-
night, Oshibich.
It has a large tail, wings, and horns.
Cool. Tidy up the specifics. And it has to make a DC 14 Constitution save, I believe.
That is
Actually, I didn't roll so many
Constitution
ones.
save.
has succeeded.
What if I could
I
re-roll
think
the
that
ones?
Okay.
Because I did, what, 3 or 4
You
ones?
get your reaction back at the start of your turn, don't you?
Yep.
So does that mean I get it twice? Because as
Yeah,
she
yeah.
pops up, I
Yep.
can do it, and well then I do it again.
Absolutely.
Another DC 14 con save.
Well, on your turn.
Oh, what time?
No,
Oh, it's Ricky first.
you're last.
I thought. What did you get?
10.
Barris is in front of you, and Therodid's in front of everyone.
Yeah, no, I know Therodid's in front of everyone.
Yeah.
Except for the creature. Yes, it comes up like a horrific visage of living, pointed malice and bone.
I'm picturing like Gravelord Nado, sort of all these different bones just attached to it. Different creatures.
Somewhat more humanoid, less cloaky. It's narrow, it's thin, it's slender. And it is going to attack that which just bonked it on the head.
And boy, did you bonk.
Boy, did he bonk.
I gave it a good bonk.
What's your AC?
16.
That is a hit.
I am.
Get my damage dice out and turn that down because it sounds bad.
Session 33.
Well, session 30. For those keeping track at home on the Imperial scale.
However, for those who switched to the superior metric.
What are we? Sorry, I should have got my door set first. I was just so excited.
You just good boy.
That's right. That's not what I need. That is what I need.
2023.
Okay. You take 12 slashing. So these fingers go to an immense point, like elongated this sort of length, like almost a foot long. And it just slashes across you. It's going to make a second attack. That will not hit. And as the second attack whiffs, its tail darts down. That's a flat 20 total. Alright. That is 19 piercing.
Yikes.
Don't forget to make concentration. A divine thing. 5.
Plus, don't you have to roll like a 2, technically?
You have to roll. It's whatever your con save is, plus
His charisma.
Yeah, and then plus.
Yeah, you're good.
If I roll above a 2, I'm fine.
The damage wasn't over 20, so
Yeah.
your DC's 10, which is easy.
I think if I roll a 3, I'll get 14. Is that right?
Because what's your constitution?
My con's plus 4.
Yeah, so plus 4, and then your
3 for
Charisma's
so plus 7, and then plus, so it's plus 10, because you hit him with con, charisma, and proficiency.
Are you proficient in con?
I do. No, you're not proficient in con. Sorry. So it'd just be plus 7.
My con saving throw is plus 7 normally.
Yeah, so plus 7.
So you got 12 total, you're good.
Yeah.
So as you sort of like ward away the second attack, the tail just goes straight through the meat in your arm. You also take 11 poison damage.
So 20 damage plus 11 poison. Oh boy.
Yeah, this thing is nasty.
Now, what's your... Do you have resistance to poison or...
I'm immune to disease.
Immune to disease. Okay, then make a constitution saving throw as well.
Shit. Rolled a 12 naturally.
Okay, you're all good. You are all good. So it just comes up in a fury, just shrieking, and draws blood. Back to your turn, though.
I ain't looking too hot.
What would you like to do?
I could either heal myself or try to kill it.
I mean, you can heal yourself and try to kill it next round, because you'll probably still be awake.
Well, if you're still being alive and all, that helps
Yeah.
you to be able to.
Nah, not really.
And if she used her turn trying to reopen those wounds, that's more
Anyone want a
time.
drink while I'm.
Yeah, grab anything that's not pineapple.
Creamy soda?
Yeah, sure, that'll do.
Margarita?
Yeah,
Oh, yeah, margarita.
I'll drink it.
Anyone else want one?
Okay, for the moment, thank you.
Yeah, boy, this thing hits hard.
I'll do a level 2 cure wounds. Is that 2d8?
Yeah.
Lay on hands.
I have
You got
17 left.
Well, level 2 cure wounds.
It's
17.
2d8 plus 3.
Yeah, so it's gonna.
I might as well.
It's gonna do between 5
Yeah.
and 19.
Probably safe bet to just lay on hands.
Big time.
yeah.
Cure wounds for me have been nothing but pain and disappointment.
Yeah, cure wounds unless you're alive. Whatever the hell it is. Like, I mean, healing and damage and stuff is always.
So I'll 17.
Towards damage.
Yeah.
I'll use 17. Lay on hands, and
Okay.
as my bonus action, should I cast Shield of Faith?
Yeah.
I don't have many spell slots left. That's the issue.
I can cast something you do for me.
Ah,
True, you can. In that case, I'll
And that'll
just.
drop you extra radiant as well if you did
Yeah.
that.
Yeah.
Divine, you want to keep divine
Divine.
radiant
Divine
versus
Fiends.
fiends.
Yeah.
Good.
True. So I'll just leave it. But dude, that took me from 51 down to 9
Yeah.
in one move.
Yes, it did.
So yeah, I'll just leave it there.
Okay, staying
Heal
there.
myself, yeah.
Ricky, you are up.
Now I had two options, but I think I'm going to go after seeing that for the damage option. So I will first off, kind of seeing through it and get knocked around, and then like having to heal himself up. I'll just call out, stand tall, stand strong, and give him a bardic inspiration.
Is it D8?
Yeah, cool. And you can add it to your AC.
Sick.
All right.
And then I will cast a second level Dissonant Whispers on Ossuary. So she needs to make a DC Wisdom 14, DC 14 Wisdom saving throw. And can I borrow a D6?
That is a success.
Okay, so she takes half. Oh Jesus, 2 1s.
You.
9, 10. So she takes 5 psychic damage. Thank you.
Yep.
That's me turn.
Alrighty, Varys.
It's come up swinging harder than expected. I didn't actually ask before. Did it look like that the crossbow heard it the way it should have?
Hard to tell. It was a flurry of movement when it came up.
Alright, I'm going to ditch the crossbow. Can I get to it without having a bonus action dash?
He would get you to the... Yep.
Yeah, good.
Not bad.
And then, spin the dagger out of its holster, whatever it is, sheath. That's the one.
Yep.
And then booming blade.
Alrighty. So the beautiful blue
Yeah.
dragon tooth dagger.
So, come on, baby. 13 plus 7, 20 to hit.
Yep.
Cool, so that is 2d4. That's 4 plus 1 plus my dex. So 4 plus 4, and then thunder 7. So
Thunder.
8 plus 7, 13. So 8 was magical slashing, and then 7 was thunder.
Okie dokie.
If it matters, I think a dagger does piercing.
Piercing. There you go.
Correct.
Yeah. And then bonus action disengage and take. Oh no, I used all my movement to get there. So yeah. No, I'll stay there.
Okie dokie. Did you want to use a different bonus action in that case?
And can I, as a free action, just pull one of the other daggers off me belt, like that +2 with bloodied to there and give her a stab? So it's just without proficiency, but with my dex bonus for the 2 attack. Right.
Yep.
No, the 2 attack is as normal. The damage is just a flat dice roll, no add-ons.
Okay.
No dex.
Okay. Well, 19 to hit.
Yep.
Right. Then regular dagger +3.
Shank.
Very good. That's me.
Alrighty. Kincaid.
Bonus action, Shield of Faith. +2 AC.
Actual shield of faith one on him, and I'll give you a concentration. Get on him.
I'll say you take mine off.
You know what? Oh yeah, he's not in this.
Yeah.
Fair call. Good stuff.
Then I'm going to.
Facing the antithesis of your order.
I'm an idiot. I didn't roll sneak attack because I had a non-incapacitated ally within 5 feet.
Also, you would. Oh, you rolled it for the.
Yeah. So can I quickly press
Yeah.
attack on that? Sorry.
That's
4, 5, 6, 7.
It does.
Is that's with the ice?
Yeah,
One?
with the initial hit.
Sorry, how much? 7.
Plus 7. Yep.
Yep.
That's all. Thank you very much.
No worries. Yes, Kincaid.
Yeah. I'll do the. Yeah, so I'll do the putrescent reaper, all of the everything, like all the lichen and mold and everything kind of grows on him. He kind of seems bigger, like it's just massive rotten, like all this yellowish kind of.
All the marrow and
Like
crap comes out of the
smog is,
bones.
like rolling out from him, and like off he's got like the lantern on the end of his scythe, this big like rusted blade.
Yep.
Scythe blade.
Bones near its feet.
That's the one. Anyway, I do that.
You
And then
think
it
you
has
know
to-
death?
I am. I was born in it. Molded by it.
I
And
didn't see life until I was a man.
It has to reaction con save again. DC 14.
Yep.
Makes it.
Success.
Great success.
And that's me done.
Then in that case, we are back to the top.
Here she comes.
There she blows. It's taken quite a few hits, and in a fury at the end of your turn. That is a low roll.
What's that, like level 6 circle necromantic wave?
Destructive wave.
Yeah,
It does not affect you.
Whatever it
What
just
did,
might
what did it do?
It sort of held its claws out like this, but nothing happened.
Trying to pull your skeleton out.
What was your AC again?
18.
18 now.
With Shield of Faith.
Mm.
Burst does not hit. This glowing force sort of shields you.
Lost their smiles on you, my friend.
Oh,
But not on you.
The second hits.
I'm going to use my D8. Shit. Plus 2, so 20.
Still hits. It's a natural 19.
Oof.
That's right.
The second is 7 slashing.
Okay.
And the third. Oof. Natural 18.
I'll silvery barbs it.
Okay.
So it's just got to re-roll.
1.
Not a
Natural
natural 20.
It's a 3.
Yes.
Oh, baby.
The barbs.
Yeah.
Its tail goes to dart out, and you cut in with. What are you barbsing?
Look at them shrunken titties.
No, I say
Mother was a hamster and
no. I almost want to try and appeal to a humanity and try and get that like inner fight going. So I'm just like,
Come back, Ossuary.
yeah, just more like, your family would hate to see you like this.
And the tail.
chosen one. Balance to the force.
What have I done?
The tail just smacks into the bones. There's a slight hesitation enough for Thurden to get out of the way and sort of swat it to the side. And it is going to take flight.
What?
Its wings, kind of like a dragonfly almost.
Mamma mia.
So, the two of you will get,
Opportunity attacks.
if you have reactions,
I do.
yes?
Unfortunately, Thurden does not.
I got some bad news, bitch. Sneak attack
Yeah.
triggers every turn.
Crit.
Ah,
Sneak
yeah.
attack triggers every turn. It's not just once per round. No, sorry, that's the day. would be
A natural 20, very
No,
nice.
so it's always 4.
4. Oh, okay, so there's the 4.
Yeah, 4 and a 4.
Alright, yeah, 4 and a 4. Then
So
we've
8.
got 3d6 over here.
Double that as well.
Yeah, so 8 plus, so it's 12, 16, 17, 18, 19. 19 damage on the dagger.
Nice. 8 and 19.
That's good.
Jeez, for a little dagger, that is pretty quite good.
Yeah, it's a good shank.
It's a good
A little
shot.
free reaction.
And it flutters, hovering off the ground. So
Is it still within bong reach?
it went 15 up,
Ooh, okay.
and it is hissing venomously. It looks hurt.
Probably, yeah. Getting woken up with a 60 damage
Yeah, with a big
dome
old
ringer.
stonk in the face. Third, you are
Well,
up.
I guess since it's up in the sky, I will pull out my javelin. Go to ping it in its face, so it hissing.
Go for it.
11.
No, sir. Does not work.
Damn.
Take the grappling hook. It's next to you. It's
I
tied to a rope.
can-
It's next to you.
So spiritual weapon is a bonus action, correct?
Yep. And it attacks on the turn that you summon it.
yeah.
Sure does.
So, and it does float as well. So
It exists wherever you want it to.
I will spiritual weapon at its face.
Here's your spiritual weapon.
There we go.
The old hammer.
The old faithful.
Up in the air.
He's
So,
rising up and then right on the beat.
Yeah.
Make your attack roll.
so it's
Spellcaster. Spellcasting attack mod.
Yep, so it's crucial.
So it's plus
melee spell attack.
And it does 1d8 plus 3 force.
That would be, yep.
plus 4. Yeah. Takes
1d8.
force damage equal to 1d8 plus your spellcasting mod.
Yep. So plus 6 to hit and 1d8 plus 3 force damage.
Sick. Do I need to roll to hit on the first one, or does it automatically hit?
No, you always need to roll.
That would be 17.
No, it was plus
No.
6. Dirty 20.
I'll go and spell attack.
So
Spell
plus
modifier.
plus
Plus
6.
6.
Yeah,
Okay.
your spell attack.
So what's my spell modifier?
That's just your
That's your
plus
spellcasting
3
ability
from
modifier.
charisma.
So charisma.
Yeah. Gotcha, yeah.
My
Cool.
modifier is plus 3
so-
from wisdom.
Yeah.
Filthy 20.
Filthy 20.
Not just a
Absolute
filthy filth.
filth.
And
Michael Muzak.
Yeah, it's frozen up.
that's 8 damage in its cranium.
8 force.
Very nice.
You the dice.
And that will do it in. How would you like to finish it?
Wow.
I swear, he must have half health.
Yeah.
So
Spellcast.
summon my hammer just like I'm thinking of like a little pendulum thing, just sort of comes around and like whacks it up in the chin.
Nice.
Yeah.
One of those like textured strength.
You gotta-
reverse, just
Yeah.
like Thor in the beginning of Thor 1 with the big rock thing. Like,
Yeah.
You started by doing 90 damage. The lot of you in that first round.
How much health did it have?
You've just finished it on 142.
Yeah.
Jeez.
Yeah, like 150.
well over half in the
Jeez.
first.
Mhm. That was good.
It was a
You're-
good first round.
If you're if you hadn't have
Smited.
no, not even the smite, even just detecting it was the
Yeah.
hard part. And fiendish stood out to
Yeah,
you.
you've got an ability to.
That's no saving throw on your whole thing.
This- yeah.
I'd say this crypt is like his wet dream.
Yeah.
Well, yeah.
That's why when I
Undead
was,
fiends, like, yeah.
that's why when I was fighting the zombies and threw it and said it was acid trees of green, red roses too. Just smashing all the zombie skulls in.
That's Mike.
What happened?
This keeps
Golixler.
the Goxler.
Goxler.
Okay, well now we've just got a demon heart.
Well, yeah. There's that, but.
That thing hurt me though.
Yeah,
Let 51
I
down
thought-
to 9, and it missed one of the attacks.
I think we were very lucky to have dealt with it
That much damage.
with
in
it
the first
quickly
round.
because it could have. If you went down, the rest of us would not have lasted
wouldn't have-
2 rounds. You know,
Right,
without-
it would take 1 round each round to kill us.
I did-
Why is it stuck?
I did almost half its health in one hit.
yeah.
Pretty right.
No, yeah, what? Yeah.
Oh yeah. At 140 you did 60. It was very close.
And got second on Moffy's Massacre Memoir.
And I rolled so many ones as well.
Yeah, you rolled.
No, it was like 3
I think it was 3
out
or
of 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Out of 8, you rolled 3 ones and a 2.
4. Yeah.
Yeah, you could have been that was.
I could have
like
been
the
number
first
1
place
on
contender.
Moppy's Toppies.
Yeah. The reason that I wasn't the one because I rolled insane.
I remember, you what, like
I
8d10,
it was-
nothing below a 7.
Yeah, 8d10, and it was 10, 10, 10, 9, 9, 8, 7, 7.
Yeah.
That was ridiculous. And I remember you rolling them one by one, and just like 7, 8,
10,
8,
10.
10.
Yeah.
Like, yeah.
How many
that was
dice did
insane.
you have to roll for it?
That was a 8d10. What? Level 2. inflict
Yeah,
wounds.
that's unreal.
Inflict wounds is 3d10 plus 1 for level 2.
Doubled.
God damn.
Mm-hmm.
God damn.
God damn.
Dramatic?
What happened?
Because this isn't showing up. The audio is not picking up correctly.
Oh no.
Why did you crack that?
Why did anyone say me?
Yeah, well, that ain't good.
Why did you crack? Why you make a crit? But good kill. That thing, I was just like, if this crits, the fight is going to be very steeply.
That's someone immediately out of the fight.
Oh yeah, the tower. Yeah.
With 3 attacks, but yeah, the sting. I actually dulled down the damage on it because
It's scary.
it's a little scary.
It's a lot.
But a challenge 9 being,
Jeez.
I
We're
mean,
getting pretty strong.
there's 4
Level
level
6.
6s.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't know how
Yeah,
it
I mean,
So CR is, like, whatever the CR is, that level of 4 people should have an average challenge.
Oh,
So we are currently balanced for CR6.
yeah. So yeah, it took something as good as a little bit.
a little bit out of our
Scary.
zone. I also,
I wanted it to be a little bit
Yeah.
lethal.
yeah, it's like
Yeah.
a boss at the end
But
of the day.
there's the whatever it is, like encounter it's like, moderate, like setback, moderate,
yeah,
deadly,
something
yeah.
deadly lethal or something. There's like ranges that it's meant to be.
Yeah. Yeah, no, very good.
I'm very worried that Ricky is never going to make it onto Moppy's.
I
You
don't
just need to take animate objects.
Yeah, you
I used it in a wizard in that one shot I played, and it was an average of 50 damage a turn. Like,
Yeah, that's pretty good.
it's pretty good.
I don't know if
What are you doing? Why did it always
magical
not stop?
sequence if you want.
Yeah, but
Yeah,
there's
but
a
all the
lot of other
walls,
stuff
yeah,
I want to get magical
Like,
secrets for.
yeah, it's so rough. That's why I'm pretty much only going to play wizards. I don't want to have limited choice.
That's kind of the nice thing.
In a world of magic.
It's kind of that's the nice thing about clerics because it's
you
just
have-
I wouldn't also get to pick every day.
Yeah,
It's
yeah.
like I don't have to
Spells.
choose. I don't have to choose. I just get, and also because I'm the druid, I get access to double. Like I have, like when I prepare spells each day, I have 23
Yeah,
prepared spells.
Yeah, that's unreal.
yeah, like there's no situations you can't be ready for with that.
Well, because with the druid, I only get to prepare, like, I have cantrips in level 1.
Yeah.
So that's just all the basics. That's where, like, it means that I don't have to worry about, like, can I afford to take, like, detect magic and cure wounds and healing word and, like, all the basics like that, which I just know I'm always going to want.
Yeah.
Thank you for entertaining the troops. Tech solved.
No problem.
Why did it just all of a sudden go, nah, I don't want to.
Damn
Don't
Goxler.
want to work anymore. Right, so the thing just like falls out of the air. A big thump, bony on the stone.
Yeah.
And I can show you. I can show you what it looked like,
Oh, good.
just in case it was unclear for your eyeballs.
Yeah.
Okay, that was a
Scary.
bit more
picturing
scarier.
humanoid, yeah.
When
Yeah.
you were describing it,
She's
I was like,
slightly more humanoid, like with the horns
I was
and the.
picturing halfway between that and the new Diablo 4 villain in that cool cinematic where she comes out of the blood thing.
Yeah.
But yes, 'tis what you thought.
Very cool.
Tune down the tiniest little smidge.
Little baby bit.
Yeah, because I remember in maybe someone's one shot we fought one of them and it was unreal. Like I remember the tail just nuked someone round 1.
Yes.
All you do is just hit it like half its health in a crit. Come on.
2 natural
Step
20s.
1, have Paladin.
Solid.
Step 2, have Rogue. Step 3,
Crit twice.
question mark.
Question mark. Yeah, get a crit on opportunity reaction.
But-
Like I got
but-
the sneak attack twice in like one round. That's
Yeah.
feels good, man.
Yeah. So the stinger does 2d8 plus 4 piercing, and then 5d6 poison.
Yeah, jeez.
So I tuned it down to 3d6 poison,
Yeah.
just to, so that it didn't one-shot all of you.
Yeah.
But turns out it didn't matter. Good crits, good hits.
Yeah, that was nice.
Thoradin looking a little worse for wear.
Yeah, silvery barbs.
Oh yeah, the
Barb's
barbs.
clutch.
Yeah.
So I was trying, because I didn't know how much more we'd need it, how long the fight would be. So I was like, I have limited number to use it. I'll try and save it for crits and that. But then seeing in the first round how hard it hit,
Yeah,
I was
like
like,
the tail's like.
I'm probably going to need to use it just to keep him alive,
Yeah.
for a 1 more round.
Kept me
Well,
alive. It did.
That's the same. I was looking at I
was
was
one
I
hit
was
that
thinking,
missed.
Guiding Bolt, Radiant means that everyone gets, and then I was like, you need Shield of Faith.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well,
You need Jesus.
Protect him.
My first plan, I was almost going to try and distract it. My plan was to minor a loop, and I had the heart, and I was stuffing the heart into my coat.
Oh yeah.
And going to run and try and get it to chase me and confuse it.
Mm-hmm.
But then seeing how hard it hit, I was like, yeah, I just needed.
It's like,
Yeah,
oh,
it's
he
like
has the
this
heart.
thing.
Whoosh.
Yeah.
Yeah. So it was an
And he
absolute
died.
Yeah.
flurry of 24 seconds.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That was unreal. Not even.
Yeah,
3
yeah,
rounds.
it was like 2.5 rounds.
Yeah.
Really.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We got to sort of the top of that one,
It
and then
was-
she moved, and then threw it and hit her, and she died.
And so Thoradin just holy smite of his life. The Radiant was doing no extra, by the way.
Okay.
Well,
But at least
still
it
more
But
damage.
it, at least it, did
full, yeah.
it still did extra damage.
It's still more damage.
Yep. You were correct. The non-magical does half.
Yeah, I wasn't sure, but yeah, that's why I also just went straight for. We'll just be sure to do magic damage.
Yeah, for
or
sure.
unblockable, whatever.
That's why even just a bare bones +1 at higher levels is even so important because so many
Everything's
things are,
gonna get
resistant to non-magical.
Yeah. Right.
Isn't that what silver does? If you-
Silvered.
Yeah,
Yes.
yeah. And I think it's 100 gold to silver a weapon.
Or you use animate objects and just use silver pieces.
Yeah.
Or you could use your sword of
Yeah,
magical
Or a
greatness.
sword. That is also magic.
short sword.
One or
That's
the
also one of
other.
the reasons that Shiloh is really good.
Yeah.
It makes it a magic weapon.
Yeah.
Does Booming Blade do the same?
Yep. Well, no, it doesn't
No,
make
it doesn't
doesn't
make
make
a
weapon magic, but it has some magic damage.
Dwarf Slayer was magical enough.
Yeah.
Yes.
Can I point out, you guys rolled exceptionally well for your hits there. It has an AC of 19.
Yeah.
Yeah.
wow.
Oh, we did pretty
shit.
well.
You guys hit everything except maybe one?
I
was just
missed
like,
ones.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
Well, yeah, I got advantage on the first
20
one. That
and
was it.
20 definitely helped.
I missed, and that's when
Yeah.
I did the spiritual.
Yeah.
No,
Well, yeah, I did.
Yeah, missed the javelin.
I missed the javelin,
It was a
yeah,
distraction!
I just
Run the
did one
bells.
spell, and it saved. But yeah.
Yes, resistance to magic.
Oh yeah.
Rough.
Yeah,
That's why I was
it's,
kind of I really don't want to get in range with it, so I'll try a spell. But yeah. That
Yeah.
makes sense.
but as it falls, the heart still beats.
Well, two unrelated. That's obviously Oshuvish compared to the heart, which is Orgakoth. I want to inspect her body as it comes to the ground.
Yep. And it has become somewhat devilish. Yeah, it still has the basic structure of a humanoid, but those disjointed second knee legs, whatever you call those things that insects have.
Backwards sneeze.
Yeah. 4 sets of translucent wings. Almost looks like skin stretched over bone. She's somewhat becoming a devil.
Does it look like it was like a kind of just proximity to the heart? Or had
Maybe she consumed
had she
it.
grafted stuff to herself or consumed it or whatever?
You
Can I
could
have
make
look
a
at the body?
medical check.
Yeah, you want to do an autopsy?
Or do I?
Can I help with that?
I can help. I can just break the bones.
Scalpel!
Well, yeah.
Do you need a proficiency to help?
You don't technically need rules as written.
26.
I mean, I don't
He
think
needs a lot of help.
I think he's got it. Let me show you the anus.
Nice. You don't see anything grafted to it specifically. It's definitely undergone transformation. And that transformation appears to have broken bones and restructured joints and limbs.
So this is all stemmed from like her initial being. It's just like she has changed completely.
On a 26, I'm assuming you're cutting it open?
Oh boy, am I?
I hand him a dagger.
Well, a dagger won't do much.
I've got a cleaver.
It's mostly bone.
I've got a rusty cleaver.
I've got a
hacksaw. Yeah.
So you need something with a little bit of chop.
Would you say a cleaver?
Yeah.
I would say a cleaver.
A hammer is not a finesse.
Hammer is
sort
not
of-
so much an edged weapon.
Well,
Can you just hit the cleaver?
Chisel.
so you would need to crack it open. There are certain parts of its interior anatomy that have remained humanoid in some way. The digestive tract, whatever is left of it, at this point, is all blighted and corroded. So, using your medical expertise, judging by the fact that the rest of the internal organs and the systems inside seem to be somewhat normal, leads you to believe it's been ingested, and that is what's caused it.
It's like a trail of corruption down the like food pipe and stomach.
Yeah,
I
the
was gonna
stomach.
say, it's either
Whereas the
eat
rest
it, or
is-
eat it, or this is like a suppository thing that she did.
Doctor,
I will show you
might
the...
I request you to procure me a sample? I'd like the tail. Mostly the stingy poison end.
It's a big tail, so it's as big as
Give me
you.
the stinger.
The stinger itself, you'd be able to
take
chop off.
Take the top off the tail.
Yeah, give me that. I might actually take my cloak off and wrap it.
Okay. Beautiful.
And then, I'll just hold on to it for now.
What are the rest of you doing?
I'm gonna
Just
just
start inspecting the heart as well. Like see like where the grafts have been taken off, how much looks like has been removed from the heart.
So one of the valves had a little bit of, what do you call it? Aorta tubing,
Yeah, like sticking out of the crystal.
and it looks like that has been cut away a little. So nothing from the body of the heart. It's not entirely the same shape, or there's not like two separate chambers. It's messed up, but from what you can see, there are some sort of incisions or something. Inspecting it though, you are unable to. There is a barrier of force around the thing. The cage is projecting some sort of containment on it.
Okay.
You're getting a lot of different schools of magic. It's
My
fairly complex.
detect magic.
Yeah. Oh, then in that case,
Because I
Arcana-wise,
concentrate on shooting.
true.
I'd like to scoop up the grappling hook and
Yep.
say, is it maybe just repelling organic matter? Throw the grappling hook at it. In an attempt to try and, hook up.
Yeah. It does not hook onto it.
Just bounces off the
Horse, yeah.
Do we just pick it up and
Well,
Can
how
I-
do we...
or but the guards?
Can I walk? It looks like there's an identical wall of bones on the other side. Can I walk around that side? of the
Yep.
curtain?
Pretty much identical to what you came through.
The
It's just another entrance.
Taking it off the plinth is. Well, have you seen the play Indiana Jones and the Temple of Doom?
Haven't seen that one.
It's a classic. I mean, it's a classic.
do they have these things in the Underdark?
They do.
Kincaid's.
Yeah.
I performed that first year.
Weighing a bit of bone? No. No.
Skull.
Well, I mean,
It's
how about the creature's head?
like the
Oh, I want to take her head.
The thing is
the
huge.
creature's leg.
Can I? Yeah, I also want to. Can I take her head?
Okay. Yep.
is Fawn with
I
like
have,
the
I have questions, and I get to speak with Dead soon.
Yeah, that's fair.
Damn, that's pretty badass.
I was actually...
Kincaid's just going to have a shelf of heads when he has spare time.
I need the wisdom.
Futurama.
Yeah, you're right. Yeah, that's exactly it. Jar of heads in brine and just.
Yeah. Oh,
Now,
the
which
rip in my
one
jacket. Which is the tailor?
Yeah, which one of you was alive in the 7th century?
Yeah. Wait, that's
gotta
actually
fix it
so
now,
good. I
feature.
can imagine a library is like just that.
And it's like,
Right.
for
Imagine
Kincaid,
someone's-
right? A library of dead things. That's like.
Yeah.
I'm just imagining like above like the mushrooms where they're feasting on is just all these heads.
Yep, exactly.
That's a kind of cooled down.
Can I check out this door on
Well,
the
there we
side?
Now listen.
Yes, we need to find the treasure. in the
Absolutely.
bottom of the
If I
dungeon.
try and lift up the marble thing, or is it like attached to the ground, or can I lift it?
It appears to go beneath the bones.
Yeah, it could be. We
I'm
don't
just
actually know how
thinking-
deep the pit is. It could be.
If we
60
take,
meter
Yeah.
if we take the
That one.
thing off, I feel like that probably
Wakes the guards.
wakes the guards. I feel like we are going to hear bing.
Oh, I reckon so too, mate.
So, do we
Is there a way to like lock them in there?
I kind of roped it up a little bit, but that won't hold for long. I can go back and lay it with caltrops because even if they
already
move through
did
each
that.
other's space, they have to stop. No, I didn't actually.
You
put
already
any
did it.
caltrops.
Yeah, you did.
I didn't.
I think we did
What?
8.
You placed it right outside the
I
door.
thought you did a.
I didn't. Oh, I was going to put all 3 in there.
Oh, you just did one line.
Yeah, I did one just as a paranoia thing, but yeah, I was going to go back and do 3 because even if they try to move through each other's space, they all have to stop 3 times.
Is who's fastest?
Probably
Varus.
because I can double dash.
That's what I was thinking. What about the 3 of us at the guards? You know, 1, 2, 3, go. We,
Entangle everything we can, and we just got to get out.
Yeah.
Will they chase us outside the tomb?
That's a problem for outside the tomb.
It's
If
probably
they do
for future
that.
me.
Then we keep running.
I just get running.
Hey,
I don't think they can swim.
And also, if we take a short rest, I
That's a good
can
idea.
I get my wild shape back, and then I could turn into a horsey, and then I'm very fast.
Yeah.
hey,
Okay.
Kincaid, can you ritual cast detect magic again
Wait.
before I swing this other door open?
Take 10 minutes.
We're sure you're gonna swing open.
Later.
The one on the other
Several
side.
hours
Door on
later.
It doesn't have the magic still on it.
That's what
is
he's.
that what
That's
you're
what he's
asking,
checking.
Yeah, because I was like gonna go just like, oh yes, there are bed chambers with all the treasure.
So
that
what-
one was trapped.
There is
so
no
what we can do
longer
is we
any
hold
magic.
the door, we hodor. You can zip, drop it in, and then
Drop it in.
run.
Oh, in the thing.
Yeah.
Or I'll have to carry it, because presuming whether or not I can open the thing.
Yeah.
Or also
Because we've got
fits
it
in the
once.
opening.
That too. I mean, it's a 3x3 cube, so what is that? 9.
I mean, it should fit, right?
Cubed feet.
You said
A
it's that
square
big.
meter, basically.
You said it's that big, yeah, the heart.
Yeah, the heart.
The cage,
it's
the
a
cage
box.
was like pretty.
Like a shoebox size.
Like,
Two
yeah.
shoeboxes.
Oh, big, big.
Like, it's fairly sizable. The heart itself
So-
takes up
so
a large
computer
portion
tower.
of that. Yeah.
Yeah.
Bit bigger, maybe.
The
Maybe like that.
the toilet
purple
paper
and white box.
That'll fit
Oh,
in
okay.
the pocket pool.
Yeah. It's not a. It's not a meter.
It's only, there's only
Okay,
a
so-
in there. It's, yeah.
Okay, so this door wasn't magical.
There is no magical effect there.
I will.
It leads out into a corridor very similar to this.
Okay. The tunnel system does go further down this way. Should we fully clear everything before we start making an escape plan?
Yeah, do it and stuff like that. Yeah.
I'll save you some time. It leads back to.
We already checked
Oh,
that.
yeah.
We
Yeah,
checked
yeah,
that out
see
at
if
the
that
end
was
of the
the thing
other
that looks
session.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Alright.
We already checked that.
Nailed it.
Thanks, everyone. I knew we had at some point it looped around, but
Yeah.
I couldn't remember if it was for this room or the.
Yeah, we checked and it ended up just being the other side.
Yeah, no, all good.
Yeah.
All right, so
So we
happy with the
hodor.
hodor plan?
Are we? Question 1: Are we taking it? Question 2:
What are we doing with it?
If we do, is this how we're taking it? Question 3: Assuming we figure out question 1, yes, we're taking it. 2, how we manage to do it? Then what?
okay. Follow-up question: who have we showed the secret basement to?
Nobody.
Polynori.
In
Polynori.
We haven't
I mean,
taken
Stone
it.
Break.
Polynori
They've
and
seen us going
Tesora.
down.
They know it's there, but we haven't actually taken
Yeah,
it down.
yeah, they
Tesora knows.
Tesora knows about it as part of the investigation. We showed her the.
Yeah, we didn't
Log
show
all
those
net.
2 guards we brought with us to Stone Break.
No.
No,
Also,
okay.
potentially members of the Silver Spectre
Yeah.
cult, depending
yeah.
on who went down there back before we took it over.
Yeah, I'm more thinking if Varus doesn't feel super comfortable holding a demon heart in his purse, we can.
I just picture it like a little handbag
Like-
there with like a heart.
Yeah.
Turning like a little clutch.
It's a man purse.
It's a satchel.
But like,
Yeah,
yeah,
a bit of a chihuahua. He's got a demon.
Indiana Jones has one.
That's a little more manly, I guess, than a chihuahua.
but yeah, like I suppose if he doesn't feel super comfortable keeping that on his person, we could potentially store it in our basement with the magical lock that we bought. Because not too many people know about it.
Yeah.
Just to give you an idea of the layout, if you can, if you can see that,
Yeah.
Okay, yeah.
gives you a general understanding. You
Yeah.
are in said room.
Yeah, the one at the end.
Yep. Okay.
Alright.
Because
Pages.
yeah.
Should we sending Ostran and tell him we think that these ancient guards might awaken if we grab it?
Well, I'm also having a very internal battle about whether we give him this artifact.
Do we have to decide that now?
We don't.
We have time to...
If by sending Ostran saying, hey, if we grab this heart, there's magical guards at the door that might try and stop us, then he's going to know we have it.
Yeah. I think that's a bad idea, saying.
Yeah.
Yeah, I could sending Monsieur
I think sending that theology person,
or
because they might
Glinbar.
know when this thing got cut out of a demon, placing crystal, and why it hasn't been destroyed since.
Also, don't think Ostran has anything bad in mind. It's just that he likes collecting magic things. He doesn't know that this could bring the apocalypse.
Corrupting influence. It turned a tiefling into a bone devil.
I kind of agree with that, and then I also agree with that, and I also, the other thing is...
And the third thing as
and
well.
the third thing as well.
I agree with everybody. I'm the most likable man there is.
I also think that just because I trust Ostran more or less doesn't mean that I trust him to give a damn about who he's selling it to. I don't think he wants to bring about the apocalypse, but at the same time,
He collects them. He doesn't sell
He
them.
would collect.
Well,
He
okay,
wants
but
it for his collection, but the thing is, people know he has it in his collection.
yeah. I also think, how much can you trust a man that runs a smuggling operation, right?
Coming from a smuggler.
Yeah, that's exactly what I mean.
and I would know.
Yeah, because I lie all the goddamn time. Did I even go to college? You guys don't know. And that's the thing. Like,
This diploma, totally fake.
it's just an
You think this hair is real?
It's all a lie. You see this? Flips the loot over. There's a speaker on the map.
I'm like, yeah, all my hair comes off. I'm like, it's all fucking
It's belch bag in disguise.
Yeah.
We've reached the
It was
pinnacle.
always boat bag.
But yeah, like,
Ricky.
that's the thing. Knowing, like, having spent a lot of time around smugglers.
You would have dealt with Ostran in the past as well, wouldn't you?
I've probably dealt with like intermediaries.
Maybe not
his
directly.
guys at the docks, probably. But
yeah, you might have made
but you know,
he's a little
it's-
more highbrow than
Yeah.
openly smuggling.
Yeah, like it's more so like every other week a safe house is getting raided because someone ratted out someone who they had a fight with at the bar the night before, right? Smugglers are selfish and only out for themselves. And
Can we just look up a walkthrough on Google to see what happens next?
If only one existed.
I'm
Hey, good
very
point.
apprehensive
I don't
about
think
just
we-
parting with it.
Yeah, I don't think we give it to Ostran. I think we've opened this can of worms now. We need to either seal this away or put it in the hands of someone that knows how dangerous it is and respects that.
And honestly, I don't know if we can seal this up.
Better than this was? No, I don't think we can.
Yeah.
Yeah, like sure we could put some caltrops and stuff down, but I don't think we can do anything on the level
And
of
a
what
big
the
boat.
was.
Yeah.
It's like,
Yeah.
we would need to cave in the entire system if we wanted to have a chance. But
We'd
we
have to
can't
go
even do
and
that.
buy more oil.
We would need gunpowder.
Allow me to posit an idea.
Stonebreak.
What happens if you feed the mushrooms?
To the heart.
A demon heart.
Oh, well. We could
The
get
heart's living. The mushrooms feed on dead shit.
Yeah,
He's teaching them to eat the living
I'm
stuff.
trying
If
to
it
teach
were
them.
out of its cage.
look, maybe the demons
It'd
don't
be
know
doing
about the
just
mushrooms
fine.
yet, but...
Gotta be down.
Because I want
I'm just playing devil's advocate.
Well, yeah.
I don't
That's
think-
how you end
I
up
think-
with
I think-
a 1 mile network of mycelium beneath an entire town, possessed by a fucking devil.
Yeah. It's
Same
probably
with
true.
subs, Moy.
And it's here to eat your soul.
Okay, so I suppose in that sense, how do we feel, like, to get a better sense of what we actually have here, right?
Yeah.
I think,
How do we feel about Flinvar?
I reckon she'd be the best one.
Yeah,
I think that's the call.
Do we take a short rest?
We may as well.
Like talk to her, during
Think
and
it
mull it
over.
over, I could maybe do the question ring.
Yeah, I was gonna
If
say,
we,
maybe
depending on
can
what we
try
get
some
from Flinbar.
Yeah. We do some thinking, we keep an eye on the entrance.
And then that way I get Horsey back and we can go fast, get out of here.
Yeah.
do something.
And do the Hodor plan if
Yeah.
we want to take it with us.
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay.
I brought the carpentry stuff. I left it at headquarters.
Yeah.
That would have been really handy to like nail
Nail
shut
two
the
by
door.
walls
Yeah.
across the door. It's like, good luck with that, ancient undead paladins.
Yeah, they're ghosts and just fade
Yeah,
through
well,
us, and we're like,
just
oh,
cast
yeah.
Gaseous form. Well, fuck you.
Good luck, Varys. You're on your own, son.
Cast Cassie's form, I cast Gust.
Yeah, I'm there with my shield.
Okay.
Okay, so
How are we contacting
short
Flinbar?
rest, and I will sending Flinvar.
Yeah.
Okay, after the short rest or before?
Doesn't matter. Do you get
Sure.
shield slots back?
Nope. So I'll do it right now.
Where are you taking the short rest?
We'll just go back out where we were. Like,
Out into the
like-
ravine.
yeah, wherever we took that first short rest when we left and
Yep.
then just sat up on a hill
It's
somewhere.
only an hour, so we can just chill in the
Or outside of the cave system, you reckon?
Do you want to?
We can just do it
That's
in
what you did
a
last
study. We can just short rest in a study, I guess. Or actually, maybe we should just short rest in here, because...
Again, corrupting influence.
Yeah.
But it's better, I think, if we're around in case something sneaks in while we're short rest.
Yeah, where was her little secret study? That's kind of out of the way a bit.
Sure. Let's do that.
She had a bed in there, but I suppose she got corrupted. So.
She also ate the damn heart.
Yeah. That's a warning to all of you.
I'm not the one suggesting omelets out of everything.
A warning to all of you. Do not break eye contact with Ronan.
The wild boy who eats everything and anything.
Okay,
Alright, so you head into her private study and take a short rest.
Yeah. Do we want to ask a question to the ring?
And I will sending Flinvar. And what's the demon's name again?
Orgakoth.
Orgakoth.
You both spent some hit dice.
Yeah, spend all of them.
I can do a song of rest, and for everyone that spends hit dice, you get to roll an extra d6.
I didn't take it. I think I only threw it and took damage.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm still healthy.
Me too.
Oh my gosh.
I took very much damage.
Yep.
Okay,
Alright, so
so
I'm gonna have to put 3 of them in next time.
One in each corner of the room should suffice.
Yes. I will sending Flinvar.
Okay.
What time of the day is it?
That is a good question. I feel like it's afternoony by now.
Yeah, it would be about 4 p.m.
Okay. Good afternoon, Flinvar. Do you have any knowledge pertaining to the demon or devil? What was his name again?
Orgakoth.
Orgakoth.
You just hear his like message.
What's
What's
his
his
name
name again?
In particular,
His heart.
You have 1 word left.
Heart.
In particular,
woman, she'll work
heart.
it out.
I wonder if you have like a little countdown. You're like, oh crap!
Yeah,
Awesome.
you see a little counter
Yeah.
in front of you.
Yeah, just magically goes ticking down.
Yeah.
So is it an extra D8, you said?
I believe D6. I'll just double check.
Sorry, I was busy counting. I need someone else to count in future. What was your question?
Good afternoon, Flinvar. Do you have any knowledge pertaining to the demon or devil Ostrakoth? Orgakoth. In particular, heart.
In particular, heart.
Song of rest, one extra d6.
Oh.
32.
Orgakoth. It sounds like a demonic name. The heart of a demon? No, that's interesting, but not my area of expertise.
Well, shit. If it's not the mystical, theological lady's field of expertise, whose is it?
Secrets, people.
Secret lady, yeah. If not her, then maybe no one on the council. Maybe someone else. Or we could ask Kavaya. Maybe she would know, being paladin, cleric-y, holy person.
And she also is dealing with both bad, which makes me slightly hesitant to get to her.
Well, yeah, she's also the only
now.
person in a kingdom stripped of gems that has a literal chest full of gem delivered to her. Not gems, one gem. One enormous gem.
Full of gem. Not gem. Gem.
That makes
Just
it
the one.
more exciting.
One big, uncut, thick
One
gem.
throbber of a gem.
Indeed.
Yes, so Flimver's more to do with deities and theology.
Can I insight her answer? Is that possible?
Yep, you could, if you'd
Like,
like.
I suppose even the cadence of her telepathic thought voice.
Well, I mean, she's still going to speak in her own speech patterns, sort of thing.
Yeah, that's what
Inflections and
I imagine. Like
Yeah,
it's
give it a go.
neurons and that. Oh gosh, I think 11.
She's an open book.
Yeah. Okay.
She sounded exactly the same as when you spoke to her.
Yeah. So she's not like Ogregoth. Oh, yeah. No idea.
Ogregoth? Did you say Ogregoth?
Alice, activate clan mithril vanguard.
Yeah, she's still got like 5 words left. Like, someone get the Alice.
No, she told you it sounds like a devilish or demonic name, but something to do with hearts. Nah,
She literally
not really.
tells nothing new.
Alright.
Correct.
Okay.
In 25 words or less.
Yeah.
Use.
I mean, do we know of any... It's not like any open volcanoes or anything
Not handy.
that we could throw it into. It's like, just... if we take it with us and we need to get rid of it, there's no one we really trust to give this
Not
to.
on me, no.
Well, actually,
Throw it into the flames, Varus!
there's a big mountain range where Stonebreaker and Dagobah are. Would I know of any volcanoes in that area?
It's not an active region. It's mountainous, but not volcanic.
Or do we just drop it in the middle of the
Is Howling Peak
Park
volcano?
basin?
Which is a really big mountain.
You have no idea.
I mean, yeah, well, that.
Or a mermaid or a,
Carillion other things, dead sorcerers from it.
Let's just go give it to the grunt. I'll worship it, not really do anything with it.
Orga Koth! Orga Koth!
They need a new deity.
You know what, let's just eat it.
I love that. It was like, yeah, there's only like one gold skinned one they worship. We're like, yeah, we got like 5.
I've got like 5 or 6, I reckon.
Like, it's
Uh-huh.
physically, yeah, 6 even. Maybe 7.
I reckon
so
7.
many, it's hard to remember.
Yeah, pretty sure all of ours were gold actually.
That is where it went. Judging by insight, they did not believe you at all. They're just like,
a nut 20?
I'm
aha.
pretty good at deceit.
And you don't know what they're good at. Alright, what are we doing? Other than discussing.
Are we
Done.
getting
Short rest
I
done.
feel like leaving is not an option.
Yeah.
We can't defend it better than how it was defended before that we broke into.
Kill everything defending it, yep.
Yeah.
So giving it to
Feel
someone.
we've got to take it, and then we can maybe figure out where it goes. I'm really in 2 minds about Ostran.
I'm really this close to just saying, fuck it, just give me the diamond, I don't care. Like,
Well, more.
If you want to unleash apocalypse, let it be someone else's problem.
well, more like, he's a big boy, he realises that this is a giant demon heart. If
I'm
he
sure
was
he-
smart, he would take precautions to not turn into a bone devil.
I'm sure he has shitloads of evil things in his
Well, yeah,
his
like this
collection.
chick and Ostran are 2 different mindsets. She was obsessed with necromantics and all that sort of stuff. He wants it for shiny.
Ostran's a magpie. He's like, ooh, shiny.
Yeah, as far as we know, he wants it for a shiny
Yeah, as
ball.
far as we know,
Obviously.
he's a magpie.
What if?
He could be a bone devil.
What if?
Then why
We
don't
give
you
it,
eat these
what if we
bags?
give it to Ostran, and then also somehow magically, probably through spies and stuff they have, the Alos and the Coda find out that Ostran has it, and then they deal with it. And
That's
if
a
they- if-
great idea.
If they think that, if they're like, oh, we know Ostran, he'll keep it safe and sound, wacko. If they're like, we don't trust him, we'll have that, then that's a them problem.
Are you stressed, Kincaid?
No.
He's just worried about the outcome.
No.
Should we ask
You
her
know
what
what, actually-
Ostran truly wants with
I feel like if we're like, hypothetically, oh, but hey, we're back. Hypothetically, if we did have the heart, what are you going to do with it?
Or
No, I said, should we ask the ring?
Oh, yeah.
What Ostran actually wants to do with the heart?
Worst case scenario, we can ask our boat guy to take the long way home, have a long rest on the boat, wake up. I can send in a bunch of people, and we can figure out a thing. Like
We can try
Kind
that.
of like, what do you think of going to Ostran, but also maybe
I kind of like
somehow
flipping it
get
to what's
to
her face,
the culture.
Spy Master lady.
Yeah.
not overly opposed to it. I also think we could just come to Ostran
Eleanor.
straight up and say, look, this is obviously an insanely dangerous relic. Before we release it into your custody, we want you to stand in this zone of truth over here, fail the saving throw, and then you're going to answer all these questions.
I
Well,
do
I
have
don't
zone of
mind-
truth.
I don't mind doing that, like asking him many questions and making it clear. Just like, hey, we're doing it, but you know, we're understandably nervous about apocalypse and whatnot.
Yeah.
But I don't think we tell him that maybe Coterie finds out.
Yeah,
No,
we
we
don't tell
definitely-
him
No, we don't tell him that.
We don't tell him that stuff, mate.
that. Yeah, we keep that with the secrets lady.
Just
or
sort of
whatever.
as,
And
as an extra safeguard.
I can even like sending that to Eleanor, so there's like no paper trail, no like,
Oh,
hey, we
100%,
immediately
yeah.
went and had a meeting with her. Like,
Absolutely. What do you mean? We were in Stonebreak. How could we have contacted her?
well, he knows I've sent him, but
Yeah.
he doesn't.
He'd use
We
numbers.
Does he know? Does he know
Yeah,
we're in
yeah,
the coterie?
probably
Have
so.
we?
Hey, well,
Yeah, I'm sending Tim heaps, but
we are very loose-lipped around here. We've said probably
We're
every...
so-
Also in general.
I'm the only guy that's meant to be paranoid, so I don't say anything.
Yeah.
but, man, we are shit.
not just
We're
around
like,
here.
oh, we got this secret hideout. What's the first thing we do? We take 2 guards from the fucking main city and go, hey, check out our secret hideout.
Check it out. Look, there's a pulse 4 there.
See?
Look how cool this
We're not good at subtle. Like, I'll just put it that way.
And also,
We're real bad at that shit.
also, we've been appointed to as secret representatives of
And
like
we probably told
of
everyone that
like the CIA, and literally every tavern we've
Hey,
gone to,
we're
we've CIA discount, CIA discount.
no, I also loved when we figured out what that gem was that was part of that like rod of
Yeah,
that process,
yeah.
and they were like, you guys haven't told anyone about this like super secret thing, like, and we're just like, no. Back to everyone we showed it.
Do you know what this is? Do you know what this
The
is?
deep swallow.
No.
No.
Or when we told him all about the song that Kavaya wanted.
Yeah.
Not a 1.
Yeah. What are you doing? Well, I've got all this song started. We have to take it to the capital, and because it got robbed. Because we see all the people that in the shaded are infertile, but that's only because the pay are invading.
Hey, Aggie, you really look like Chastraki. You know what that is?
No,
Hey guys, have you seen his chest strikiness?
and that,
Well, we haven't told anyone.
Take you
To be fair,
like drawn and quartered the next day.
to be fair, we haven't told anyone that Aggie is Chastraki.
That is
Yeah.
one of the
Yeah,
secrets
that's
you
one-
have actually
And I
kept.
feel like that's mainly accidental. I think we sort of forgot it. I
that's
forgot it
because
until
we
you
haven't
said
paid
it
that
just
much
then.
attention to it.
Yeah, you would if you could.
No,
if
I'm
you had
just
the
keeping that one secret because I feel like if people in Broadax
Yeah.
know, then he.
especially Broadax.
I thought he was human until like 5 seconds ago.
I thought it was half orc. Oh, which he is, yeah. With that chat.
No, he's full.
We could ask Eleanor to keep it on the down low. Her whole
You
thing
said
is
he was
secrets.
full.
She should be capable of doing that.
Big time.
Oh,
He looks like a
It
half
could turn out
orc,
that like he's one of her
but he's
agents.
Yeah,
fat.
it could turn out to be completely benign and we're worried about nothing sort of
I
thing.
like it as an.
I like it as a we wipe our hands clean with it.
Just
Yeah.
Can I just put it out there? You are all very paranoid, and I love it.
Demon heart.
I'll say this is taking back walking up to the
Yeah.
the veil, and I'm like, do I stab him in the back? Like, what's going on? Why does he know where he's going?
Imagine if you had
You just knives him right in front of the corner.
the like
I don't like the way he's
campaign
walking.
takes
Ooh, that would have.
She's like running out to give him a hug, and I'm like, why does she have her hands up? He's pointing something at her.
I'll save you, prisoner.
Just decapitated a long time.
Yeah, she like catches his head, like, brother! And I'm like, oh, I misinterpreted the situation.
We go into hiding.
Modify memory.
Quick, Varus, open your hole.
Why do you keep saying modify memory?
Yeah, like, pull out the Men in Black. Please look at it. We make so many mistakes.
You forgot your other brother.
I kind of have to take modify memory. The amount of
Just keep a list, and in like a year,
Yeah,
Ricky just goes on a field trip.
We need to change
Got a
about
nice,
history.
a nice hit list there. Okay, what are we doing?
I'm gonna ask
About
the ring.
Short rest, us the ring. So
I'm thinking because you got to phrase it real specifically. I was thinking
What
something.
are Ostran's true intentions with the heart of Morgoth?
I was thinking, like, what are the intentions of no? Does the recipient of the heart intend to use it in a way that, you know, like use it for evil or carelessly? Whether that recipient be,
I think being more specific.
Recipient can be like anyone could.
Yeah,
be.
well, I'm just thinking because there's like we don't know
Ostran's
if
trying to sell
Ostran's
it
doing
off.
it. Yeah,
Yeah.
we're asking about Ostran and he's going to sell it.
He could literally just be a
Well,
bit
that's
of
my
a-
true intentions. Can be like, oh, he wants to get it to sell it because someone wants it.
Well, yeah, I mean,
Is there a way... Oh, you do
if
have
it did
lo-
just tell us that it was going to sell.
You have locate object, because I'm like, if he was going to pass it on like almost immediately, we could try and like track it almost.
Oh, we 100% could.
I'm going to save you some time. The ring doesn't work. You get the same answer. Like, you understand Thuridon's frustration. It's like you do know the answer somewhere in your brain, but you can't bring it to come out of your mouth. So it seems to be broken in some way.
Okay. Yeah.
Can we restore its magic somehow?
We take
it back to Will
and have her get Canute to have a look at it.
Oh, that.
I think that's a good.
We just feel like because we don't know exactly where old mate wandered off to.
Yeah.
He's just a travelling sailor person.
I mean, we can always send him and be like, hey, where you at, mate? But, yeah.
Alright, so
Bye.
do we go for the Hodor tack?
Yeah, I think that's our best bet.
So Varys getting the thing
Into
the three of
the
us.
portal.
And then
Three of us.
booking it, and we're just holding this door.
I feel like you get the portal open.
And then
Because
we'll-
if your plan is to put it in the portal and you grab it and then the portal doesn't work.
Well, yeah, I was going to say two things need to happen. A, one of you needs to go and pick up all the caltrops in the hallway when you're about to hold the door shut. And then two,
Just scoot your feet along the ground.
We could try and actually, can you guidance me for the attempting to open the thing?
We can do that, yeah.
Yeah.
And if you can't open it, then I think I should.
Then you should carry
I
it.
should try.
Only thing
It's
is,
going to be way too heavy for me.
if I wait, hang on. It's going to be too heavy for you, so now two of you are in there.
No, I'm saying like if he can't open
If I
up the
can't get
rift,
the thing open
to
in there.
pop
He
it
can't
up,
do-
You
he
get
can't
the, you,
off
yeah.
he won't be able to run quickly with it like I could.
Yeah, so you get it. You get the thing open. If it opens up, you stay there. The three of us go to the door. If it doesn't open up, three
He
stays there, and the three of us go to the door.
Yeah.
Okay.
Alright, cool.
Alright, so try and open the portal then.
Yeah, so
Oh yeah, guidance.
guidance me, it's 12 plus 1 plus...
Arcana.
Yeah,
so like 4 or 5.
plus 2. So, what is that? 13, 14, 15.
It does not open.
Alright, so...
You have used it today.
Yeah.
Alright, guess I better
Alright.
American football this thing.
Yeah.
I'll let
So-
you guys.
Plan B.
So what?
Hey Varys,
Right.
do you want to have Hermes stay on Thuridon's shoulder so when we're in position ready for the door, he can give him a little peck?
Yeah.
So that Thuridon knows to pick it up and start running. And also Hermes can feed you updates like, alright, he's past you guys, he's out the front door, and we can turn and book him.
Yeah, that's
Yeah.
what I do.
To
Yes.
I'm thinking we pull out all the stops.
Well, I was going to say, do we before like just very slow recon before you even try to open the thing, or even maybe after that phase, we all go and like undo the rope, redo it.
Oh, yeah.
Like with the I just feel like with all four of us,
Yeah.
our best.
Now
crack
that
at-
everyone agrees that it's the right call.
Yeah, I was also wondering, Kai, would proficiency with water vehicles help in tying knots?
Well, you would imagine it's
You'd
sailing.
be good at.
You'd be imagine
I don't
be
see
So
sailing.
why
I'd be
not?
able to add a proficiency to tying knots?
I'm pretty sure.
I'd
it
say
says
so.
that.
So I can give it a go maybe with someone's help. Yeah, I know. Oh, Xanathar's, that was the
I was going to say it's
that had the random.
I'm almost positive.
I'm so keen to read that extra book.
So tying knots.
Oh, yeah. Well,
is
yeah,
like a
okay.
literal specific.
Yeah, it's all
Oh.
very much
tying knots. Creature who ties a knot.
describing
Intelligence.
How
cities
to.
and how the city works, and
doing
then
so.
there's some other stuff. There are some
This is
there's
essentially
like small section on magic items and that sort of
Yeah,
thing. But
they usually have a few tables of
The rules are
stuff.
perfectly
Yeah,
omitted.
but yeah, no, it was just very much about
Oh,
how
okay.
this city
proficiencies help.
Yeah.
Kind
And
of.
then
But
guilds
Good.
together.
yes, good stuff on just guilds and doing
Like vehicles.
groups
Doing
of people
guilds.
that are.
I love doing guild.
We don't have
Aligned.
any more comparison these days. It's like a corporation, but
Yeah.
they're
Some.
all into murder, and
Somewhat.
somehow they get cash out of the souls of the damned. Sort of thing.
Yeah. Yes, you can add your proficiency. Go for it.
Yeah, you reckon?
Yeah. Of
Alright.
course.
Alright,
So, do you want to give me a hand, Varys? Because you're pretty good at like the sleight of hand aspect. I'm good at that.
Yeah, so Caltrops and that hallway will stash the fucking gong that Hermes was going to use.
Oh, yep.
We'll put Hermes on his shoulder.
Yep.
And then we'll go to the dice.
So it's what? Intelligence and my proficiency with water vehicles, is that?
Yep.
Yep.
Oh, well.
Oh, that's special honest. And don't you have advantage because Varys is helping you?
Giving you the help action.
Correct.
Yeah. That's worse. Okay, so 10 plus 1, 11 plus proficiency is. What's proficiency at the moment? Plus 3?
Plus 3.
So 14.
It's not so much a matter of how good you are at knots. It's more that there's not much to affix it to.
Yeah.
He's driven a
Driven
Pipe
one,
into the
well,
wall.
driven one once. Then
Yeah.
goes
Yep.
But I feel like on a boat, I guess I'm used to having loops, and you know.
Can you put
they've
pylons
got
in the
lane,
ground to, like,
yeah,
put them
like
from
in the
opening?
you know, like that's the railing, and they've got those things to like.
Yeah, does the
Yeah,
door,
for that purpose.
Does that door swing out or in? I suppose.
in.
Yeah.
So the rope is
that
still
doesn't
really
do
pointless.
anything. It's
They might
just
provoke,
like they might run into it and get a bit tangled up in it like it's a spider's web.
Oh,
If it opens inwards,
I'm trapped
how
like
are
a moth in the bath.
Holding it is not going to do anything either. Well, you want to be on the handle.
Yeah, well,
go
yeah.
and get some like the bed and stuff from her study and just
hide it.
That's what I'm kind of thinking.
That's
Just
not a bad idea.
pile it up. There's a lot of coffins.
That too.
Can I point something comical out? The room that you found to be consecrated and the room that you found to be desecrated.
Yeah.
You walked into the desecrated room with a lot less issue.
Holy people have got to kill us
Yeah.
Because we're taking the evil
because
thing.
we're stealing the evil thing.
So fiends cannot enter a consecrated area. You would know religiously.
Right.
It's
I don't
usually
expect fiends to come out of those
a
properties.
fairly secure space, like a
Yeah.
just letting you know, giving you some basic info. Yep.
But I also
Just
think
being
even
extra
if
safe here.
I also think even if the dudes are celestials, they're gonna look at us taking a demon heart to sell, and they're gonna be like,
Hey,
that's not happening.
That's not what I signed up for when I said I'd get entombed for all time.
Yeah,
Also,
I think it is
like
that
the
gift
sun
of
god's
we the
brother and
baddies.
Yeah, like I don't
You're
think they're
thinking
gonna
about
be
what
doing
was
that.
on the door.
So
Yeah.
I reckon
We
piling
know
shit up in
who's
the
in
corridor
there.
just to get in their way is a good idea.
And we can even set on fire.
You don't even know that there is anyone in there.
No,
Let's not break it open.
But who would go through all that effort?
we could
to put nothing in there.
we could just pop the lids open and have a chat.
Or you want
And
to
then, wonder, and then if they're like, no, we will kill you, like, okay, no
then
further
put the lid
questions.
back on. We've even taken a steaming hut. Is that okay?
Just all pile on.
I didn't hear what you said. What are you going to do?
I kind of want to do that now.
Well, yeah, if you want to pop on and have a chat with them, fellas.
So while they're like messing around with roping up the
He
doorway,
just walks in and... Hello.
so it's a massive stone lid. There is nothing in there.
My name
He sticks his head and looks all the way to the bottom.
Yes, I do that.
Extendo neck. Go gadget extendo neck. Yeah, there's nothing in that coffin. Nothing in that one either.
Neck.
Nothing.
So
Hello.
she
In
saws the
in
bodies.
Well, there's still two more. Is it? There's two? Four.
There are
There are 5 in total.
Five total.
I was going to say,
One, I guess.
Yeah.
Hey guys, the first two were empty.
Yeah.
You open all of them and there are no bodies within.
so what, if this being a family crypt, this could have been her family members that she resorted to using their bodies when she ran out of other bodies.
I guess.
Maybe.
Or she kind of just set this up as a last-ditch failsafe. Fiends can't enter this. If a demon skeleton is chasing me, I can run in here and
Hide in a coffin.
There aren't any switches or
This
anything
is
inside the
little
coffin.
necromancer panic room.
yeah.
Kind of, maybe.
Hey, maybe.
Are there weird switches in the coffins?
There aren't any switches in the
Lots of
coffins.
treasure in them.
There is zero treasure in them.
Secret escape tunnel through one of them.
So part of the reason that it's consecrated is the bindings to each of the deities and the
So there's different ones on each coffin.
yeah, and she needed something to, inscribe these sigils to and consecrate the area with. She had a excessive amount of coffins.
So we just desecrated it. Sort of.
Well, we didn't, scratch
I would
it.
have said I did it respectfully.
You didn't bleed all over the place and
Next,
spit on it.
respectfully.
I guess
Why
let's
stop
just
there?
Well, yeah.
grab this
I'm
part.
very respectful
Yeah.
to dead bodies.
Okay,
Pretty
do we
much just grab it and leg it.
grab it and go?
I grab the heart.
It weighs about 40 kilos. So,
Child's play. Just lunk it on
like,
the shoulder.
it's large and, you kind of need to,
do the log carry.
big hefty log and support it. You're right, Varys may have struggled to
Yeah.
move with haste holding this
I
thing.
have 8 strength.
Hey, you did some training in the forest. You're no longer just bones. Flappy skins.
Skin, duct tape, and bone.
Yeah.
And a little bit of sinew.
A little layer of sandpaper in there. And
Can we just presidential escort security?
yeah, the
Secret Service.
If we're not waiting for anything, we
Yeah.
jump out of this, stand with
Does
it.
anything jump out of this?
nothing jumps out at you.
Very
It's like
good.
you've killed
Is
everything
he
in
still
you.
on? No, you heal up.
And you leave.
Yeah, head for the boat.
Okay.
Well, Boatman's in
Yeah,
town.
now, do we have a big burlap sack that we can hide the demon heart from the boatman?
So, something to note while you're walking.
It keeps going.
It keeps beating.
Does it beat faster the closer we get to the exit?
Nope. Stays the same.
Maybe if we all have caught a call and just cover.
Sorry, we're lepers.
As you get back to the entrance, there is an open door where you dispelled the door. With the pictogram and the images of...
Ronan and
Halo.
Thank you. Yep. So yes, the door is back, but
It's open.
it is open.
But before it dissipated into thin air, yeah?
That's when he dispelled it, yes.
Yeah.
It just went
So
whoosh.
it comes back every dawn time, maybe.
Make an intelligence check.
Or did someone put it back on?
15.
My brain don't work too good.
7.
Holding a heart.
2.
2, 3, 7. We're all like, door's back. I'm not going to read into that.
Varys is like,
Yeah. Did
wrong
the
with
15
you?
tell us anything?
on a 15, the inscription... Back open.
It reads different
It
backwards.
might have said something on the other side.
Yeah.
It says, I stand watch while my brother rests.
Yeah.
It changed day-night cycle. New door comes.
The door opens in
No.
the evening.
Oh.
There you go.
That's all it was. The
Why
brother...
didn't you tell us that at the start?
The image of the figure standing there is the brother of the deity of nighttime. So while the brother rests during the day, the door is closed and opens up at night.
Oh, okay.
So yeah, you just sort of walk past and you're like,
Well, that makes sense.
I did have written down the throne was the deity of night, but I didn't really put 2 and 2 together there.
nope. You were just like, dispel.
Okay, we can go.
It's fine.
Brute force, baby.
What's that, a riddle? No, out of the way.
No, dispel
Get
it.
out of here.
Delete. Right. Let me move your names back to where they live.
And yeah, but I suppose someone could, at worst, take off their travelling cloak and use that to wrap it up. Did we end up with those glamour weave capes, by the way?
We
That-
no, remember
But it was
Not yet.
the tailor went missing. Bastard.
Yes.
Deal with that later, I guess.
So yes, you... Well, it
You have
becoming
to-
nighttime, it gets a
A
lot
third.
slower to move. Oh no, there'd be some moon activity. Wouldn't be too bad travelling by afternoon to night.
How long's it been since we've been here? Basically a day. Sort of like we got here in the middle of the day. It's night time now.
Yep.
Okay.
Yeah, it's
so
been
Salty probably will have taken the ship
5 hours.
halfway to whatever that other town.
Well, we did say,
Didn't we pay him to...
yeah, we
Yeah,
paid
yeah,
him to
we also
more.
said if we're gone for a little while, don't feel bad about dipping down to town, get shit that you need or whatever, and then come back.
You want to just
But we're
run
meeting
down?
him at the anchor point, aren't we?
Don't.
You want to just run down before us, just see if he's there?
Yeah, scout ahead a bit.
Hermes
Oh yeah, no.
would be easier.
Do you think that if we somehow stuck the heart to the bottom of the boat, you'd still be able to hear it?
Well, I
And then
can.
it just
Shenanigans.
So I can ritual cast silence centered on the heart.
How long does that last for?
It lasts for 10 minutes. It takes me 10 minutes to cast.
Oh, perfect. So that's what
You can just keep ritual.
So I can literally just keep doing
24
that.
hours.
But also, it's like the silence cone doesn't move with us. So when we're carrying it onto the boat, he's going to hear it and see it.
As well as while the boat's moving on the water.
Yeah.
Silent
I think
fire will be
you
left
can cast
behind
it
on
on, like,
the ocean.
I could cast on like surely the boat floor and it'd maybe move. I don't know.
I mean,
don't
someone
know
could
how that works.
drop big
I don't know,
cannons
that's
to him
probably-
off the boat,
I
and
think
me
it
and you
has
can
to
just
move.
jump on the boat and you can.
Surely it has to move with you, otherwise
The
you
planet
couldn't
moves.
ever cast any spell ever, because as the planet moves, you'd be like, fly ball over there, on yourself.
As long as you cast it on a point that is moving, and not like I put it on the ground that we're moving.
Yeah, go
past.
for it.
Like what I used Zone of Truth when we were in the caravan. I put it on the caravan like floor.
Yeah,
Yeah,
and you
true.
did that. And you didn't Zone of Truth some passing birds.
Okay. So, what's the game plan?
So Varys is scouting ahead to make sure, or just to check if he's at the anchor point or if he did end up going into town.
Okay.
And we're maybe trying to see if any of us have a big sheet that we can put this heart in and just pay Salt Lick off to not ask any questions.
Saltic.
Salt lick.
Salt Lick.
I mean, I've got lots of like. I mean, I've got mildewed vestments. I've got like
Tasty.
all my clothes.
Looks like, we all have like canvas tents, don't
Oh! Cold Brewed raided with 32 people.
Yay! I think that calls for a smoke machine.
Oh!
Little
That's 34 minutes
A
ago.
little smoke raid.
Cold Brewed. What a beast.
What a ledge.
Oh,
We're having a few tech
do you know what I still have? The good quality animal hide, because no one will give me a good price for it. I'll be damned if I'm selling it cheap. It's good quality. So I've got three good quality animal hides.
Yeah, and like 3 good quality animal hides, some canvas tent coverings. We can probably cover up the heart so he doesn't have to see it.
Surely if we just wrap it in enough layers.
Yeah, maybe the sound doesn't penetrate, but
Yeah.
yeah.
It's magical noise.
I mean, what if you just cast it on like the actual?
Or we just say it's coming from something else.
Yeah, like it's some fancy
Or-
clockwork.
You guys can talk to him off the boat for 10 minutes whilst we're on the boat, and he can cast it. And
The last 10 minutes, then Ricky literally just has to do that the whole time.
yeah, just every 10 minutes casting it. I mean, he finishes it and then he starts and finishes and starts and finishes and starts.
It's the journey like, oh,
2 hours.
it didn't take us a day though.
It was like half a day, wasn't it?
Okay.
Like 4 hours, sort of.
So you'll just be doing
do it.
that over and over and over and over.
The sailing took you about 12.
Oh.
Okay, so it's again doable, but not
Yeah.
ideal.
Yeah, because I feel like it was half day, but in the real sense. Like, we
Yeah.
set off while we were basically.
Yeah, at night time, because then we had a long rest and then
Oh, that's
later
right,
on.
yeah.
You're
we
right
woke
up
up
at
on
night.
And it's also almost getting to night time, so if I stay up doing silence, I'm then going to be exhausted.
You'd have to do it like 52 times.
Yeah. Which, I mean, is possible. It's boring as hell. Ricky would definitely get distracted.
Knowing you guys, how much info did you give him?
Saltic?
Yeah.
No.
Literally, no, we just told him to draw, because we're paranoid.
Yeah, we literally just paid him. We
asked-
said we want to go here, and then we kind of said, hey, can you drop us like near
Oh, yeah, near
the
Narrow
ravine,
Valley.
near the mines? Yeah, we literally, all he knows is we wanted to go to the particular valley.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And that's it.
Okay.
Saltic don't.
And that's what I'm wondering. I'm like, is it just going to take like,
That should hopefully do it.
here's 20 gold?
Hush money.
I mean, why do we need a hut? It's like he.
We don't know shit. What do we
But
We've
also,
already paid him for the boat trip. There we go.
yeah, but also like, hey, we've got this big heavy thing under a bunch of furs and burlap sacks that you can hear beating. Don't ask any questions about
Don't you
it.
know Saltic in your past?
No, I literally just met him passing by when we were walking
Or
through
is he
town one
heard
day.
of him?
Yeah, no,
Beautiful.
it was literally just, I met him on the docks one day when we were exploring Stonebreak.
Can I just say thank you to the Raiders? Do appreciate you coming through. If you guys want to do a little introduction, introduce yourselves and all that.
Can I do it with the smoke machine?
Oh,
Yeah, I need my smoke.
the element needs to
I
heat
got
up.
Ricky needs flair.
Give it 5 minutes.
Well, let me flick this back on.
The things you make me do. I mean, we can take a 5-minute break if you want.
Yeah, maybe we'll.
Do we need a braco?
Yeah, because we've got on time as well. Quarter to 9.
Go for a short to 9. Holy
Yeah,
crap.
Yeah.
So, like, it's not really a halfway break. It's kind of just towards the end. But
Close to the end break. Oh yeah, we can take a break if you would like to.
Short
If not,
rest.
we can just power through. Up to you.
Up to you guys.
If we're pretty close to the end, I'm happy to power through.
Yeah, I'm just going to do like another. We're more or less just going to sort this
We're
out.
probably
Then
gonna
get
do-
back to Stone
yeah.
Blade.
Alright.
Alright, I'm Isaac. I'm playing Ricky, Gimrick, Rock Splitter, the
Bard.
Dwarven Bard.
Dwarf
Yes. How many sessions now?
Yeah.
This is
No,
number 30.
I was trying to think, do I say something cheeky or not? Dwarven Bard.
The most attractive one of the
Yeah.
group.
With incredible orange chest hair.
Yeah.
Mm.
And everything here. Channing Tatum's signed autograph on a piece of parchment
That's true.
very close to his heart.
That's cash money right
Yeah,
there.
like it's duct tape.
Yeah, what the hell would we sell that for 500 gold diamonds? What the hell is wrong with us?
Actually,
Hey, Ostran, want to buy this signature?
no, you know what?
Very rare.
He's buds with Austrian.
It's made out to
If a
eBay.
buyer or someone is like a big fan.
But also, we've met him. That means I have
Send him.
unlimited access to sending. I can literally
Oh.
get people to pay me to go, I'll tell him whatever you want to tell him.
We could go better than that. I have disguised self and disguised him, and I've seen him in person.
I also have disguised self.
We're printing money with like cameos.
Yeah,
Like,
basically.
counterfeit cameos.
Counterfeit cameos, yeah.
What if Belchbag is a massive fan of Channing?
Guys, we got a little sidetracked. Isaac is a bard. Who are the rest of you?
I'm Stephen, I'm playing Thurin, the half-orc paladin.
I'm Kyle. I'm playing Brother Kincaid, the Torgal Death Domain cleric.
I'm Keegan, I'm playing the Drow Road Varus.
Beautiful. And I'm Nergy. I am the DM.
Sometimes known as Barrisbark.
Barris Bark.
That's
The
In
close
the
cousin.
alter ego.
In the Underdark.
I love that we got sidetracked with a money-making scheme.
However, returning to
Yeah.
some money making scheme.
Birthday parties.
I have a feeling Belchbag wouldn't mind that signature.
Appearances. Cutting of whatever ropes.
Literally, yeah, cutting of
ceremonial
ropes, yes.
things for the outlaws.
dear lordy.
Anniversaries.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, we'll get back to that. But
Love making.
Yeah.
yeah, sure. I don't know how well the disguise spells work in that instance when they're very much touching you.
It's
a lot,
like if
but-
you seen Blade Runner, the play Blade Runner 2042.
I've seen 2049 and I've seen the first
That's the one. Yeah,
upon a time.
the second one where the hologram lady is like overlaid on
Like
the
a robot
on the sex worker.
Yeah, yeah.
See, what I'm also imagining is we have an autograph. We also have a forger.
That's what
We're banging out 3,000 of these a day.
identity theft. What are we feeling, fellas?
Write a check. We have his signature.
Who needs
Who
Ostran?
checks these
Line
days?
we're like, hey, actually, we caught up with Channing over in the valley, and he wrote us this 500 gold line of credit to get our diamond because he loved us.
Yeah, man.
Here you go, Ostran. Channing will be good for it.
And bard to bard.
Yes.
We can just visit the bank in every single town with him disguised as Channing, just
I'd
withdrawing.
come to make a withdrawal. Oh, so you don't have any accounts? Oh, my mistake. I'll try the bank next door. And we do this to every bank.
Okay, Mr. Tatum, what's your middle name?
I don't know.
Why do I let you have nice things? Alright.
How are we getting it on the boat?
Okay.
Just walking down the
So,
boat.
So you were scanning ahead to check if he was moored where we left.
Yeah. Well, yeah, I said Hermes.
Oh, okay.
Hermes does see the boat out on the water.
Super. Celtic Sea.
Cool.
Alright.
Did we rowboat into the shore?
He got you close enough.
Yeah, that we could kind of just jump. Because it's a smaller boat, isn't it?
Yep.
What if we tell him it's my bum? Like the thing that's making.
Why do we have to tell him what it is at all? Like, we'll just say, oh, it's just something we picked up.
because then he would be like if
Well,
I
it's
show
better to have a lie prepared for if he does ask,
Yeah.
but not draw attention to it initially.
Also, if he does ask, we'll come up with a joint lie, but let me do the lying.
Yeah,
Yeah, I think it. But
We
I
just
think
can't
you
show
tell him
it.
because it's like that. I don't know. That seems more plausible. You know. This is my spooky bone that
Hey,
I
we
found.
found this
This
cool
book, it turns into a skeleton.
Well, yeah.
Don't worry,
It's friendly, but it has a constant heartbeat, so it's kind of like, we can't really carry it around if we want to be sneaky.
But how cool.
Yeah, anyway.
So
let's
this
get
is the
genre.
discussion that you guys have while you walk to
Yeah.
the pickup point.
Yeah.
Probably like taking it in turns to like go through it with.
Yes, and we're also...
40 kegs. After a while, you're like,
No, he's
I'll just swap it over to the other one.
We also grab out the good quality furs.
We let the weights
you see him curling it.
Wrap it up. In,
Haven't had a good pub like this in such a long time,
Just do
fellas.
lunges with it.
Could we take?
Don't skip
like
leg day,
whoever has
throw it
the emptiest backpack, take all the stuff out of it, distribute it amongst the other 3 backpacks, and then put it in that backpack.
It'll be too big for a backpack, I think. It's the
Backpack
size of that
size.
box.
I mean, if it's a large
That's
backpack,
backpack
I mean,
size.
adventurer's backpack. I'm
Yeah.
thinking like
Yeah, it's a big
tracking
rucksack.
Yeah,
Yeah.
fairly.
Yeah, like a big old.
That's what I was
Yeah,
thinking.
you'd be
Just
able
that
to
way,
fit
it's less conspicuous than like we left with nothing and came back with a big old parcel bundled up
do
mysteriously.
that and then cram it with as much cloth, fibre, cotton, whatever the hell we have.
Yeah,
It's like
and
that.
then
And
wrap,
then
wrap it in as much stuff as we can.
Yeah.
Put it in someone's backpack,
Yep.
and then if he asks questions, you're like, "Oh, Kincaid, he has a new thing. Show him the
Well,
bone."
that's what I'm thinking. Do you want to put it in your backpack and use the bone as like a walking stick? I'm like, hey, we found this cool bone that has a heartbeat.
Is it long enough to use as a
I
walking?
Be
can use
way
minor
too short.
illusion to make it make a heartbeat noise, sort of, kind of. At
Oh,
the same time.
I can thaumaturgy as well.
Yeah.
That too.
Well, just
It's
use
probably
it as
easier
a
if
cool...
you do that.
Yeah,
And you
well,
could-
you distract him, and I'll
You could do your invisible mage hand to be like,
make the bone move around or something.
or the bone goes.
Yeah, well, that
Whatever.
both work.
Between all of this, I'm sure. We'll
Yeah,
This will
worst
be-
case
this will be-
scenario,
this will be
we
convincing.
pay him off.
Or he just doesn't give a
That's
shit.
what
Or
you
he
would-
doesn't-
I was going to say
He
that
just gets
also.
paid to take us there and
Worst
back.
case scenario, you can sail the boat.
You guys
We don't
know
need a second pilot.
you've got something very heavy to sink a man to the bottom of the ocean.
Me. I can hold my breath for an hour. Can you?
Wow.
Last thing he hears.
Poor old soul.
That's the total mafia at work.
You don't put cinder blocks
Sleep with the fishes tonight.
with me.
and I'll be the last thing you see.
Very blurrily.
We don't need concrete boots. I am the concrete boots.
Okay.
You can swim. I weigh 214 kilos and can hold my breath for an hour.
There's no surviving that. It's a great way to kill someone.
It is. We'll keep
He
that
drowned. No further questions.
No further questions.
Yeah, it looks like
The
a
only guy in
drowned.
the town said so.
And now we have a boat.
Who's the
let's kill
doctor?
him.
It's Kincaid.
It's okay.
I think
That's our very worst case scenario.
that's like.
Is bribing or killing?
Well, if the bribing doesn't work
I
as
think
well.
that's bribing is the second last one. Killing him is the last one.
Right.
And
that's
then
if
we
he
have a
turns out
boat
to be
that
like-
we can.
He's in a
But
cult
also-
and he wants to take the heart. Like if he's just like that's sus. We're not like kill him.
Yeah. No.
Yeah, isn't the boat
Look, he's
like,
coming right at us.
Yeah.
Just immediately step on there and shoot something. He was coming right at me. You all saw it.
Oh god.
Yeah, we're all standing around like, alright, here's 40 gold. That's all we can muster. It's like, I'm not one to be bribed, and Varys just goes, he's got a knife!
I personally feel like he won't give a shit because he's just getting paid to ferry us.
Yeah, he's a bundler. He doesn't ask
He's
questions.
He's an old salty
And
He's
we-
a very chill person.
We didn't like. We kind of were a bit not shady, but we were very much like.
He didn't ask any
Just
questions
yeah, exactly.
for the way there. So.
He didn't care. He's just like he's getting his gold to go here, getting his gold to go
I
there.
don't take bribes.
Yeah,
He got a knife.
You guys paid him a lot for a boat trip.
I forget how much we paid.
Like, we paid him like, it was like, he was like, hey, it's like, this much silver up front, 1 gold per night, and we were like, here's 5 gold to cover
Yep.
us.
And
a week.
he's just like, pocket that,
Yeah, cool.
go about my business.
Alright, so we're already on
Okay,
good terms.
so
He
but
already does want to piss us off.
I still think empty Kincaid's backpack, split the stuff between
Yep.
us,
Yeah,
put the
definitely
heart in
cover
that.
it.
That's fair.
Okay.
And if he asks, I'll tell a lie about the femur bone.
And I do them.
And I'll put the femur bone in the backpack, right on top of
Yeah,
all the
yeah.
further stuff. So when you open it up, it's
It's the
just
first
right
thing you
there.
grab.
Well, I mean, it'll sound like there's a heartbeat no matter what you do. I don't think
But
you won't need to thaumaturgy.
Yeah, well, I'm just more thinking it's like hopefully a bit muffled. With all the
yeah.
stuff or something in the back,
Yeah.
bracketing it.
Like you couldn't hear it outside of the chamber that you found.
Yeah.
I
So-
think we're just overthinking this and he's going to be just
Yeah.
chilling. So let's just go and
Alright,
see what
us
happens.
overthink it.
Well, I mean, it's that, but then once we get to town,
Paranoia,
we're
but
going
it's
to have
that.
this discussion anyway about transporting it through the town.
Us who spent half an hour figuring out how to barricade 4 empty coffins in.
For a door that opens inwards.
Because I remember you open the door, let Vin weasel in and close the door.
Now nail it up.
Okay, I'll say it again. We are so dumb.
Yes, you beginner adventurers.
Who would do this?
Just like, as he goes,
Give it like 3 days. We're gonna be charging people to come see a demon heart in our basement.
Yeah, sideshow.
That gets appearance by Channing Tatum.
So wait,
I'm Channing Tatum. You may remember me from some plays as.
didn't we talk about earlier tonight people that you'd told about your secret basement?
Yeah.
And now you're like, let's use it as a sideshow attraction.
Come on, see Channing Tatum and the demon
I'll
heart.
turn the secret base into a museum. Just to top it off.
Oh dear.
It's
flawless.
Well,
Okay.
We're going.
well concealed.
We're
Stolen
putting
to be
water.
made.
We're going to the boat.
We're going on the boat.
Go.
He gets as close as possible.
Yeah.
You manage to wrangle your way into the boat. The heavier sort, like, takes a bit of heaving to get him in.
Why were you looking at me when you said that?
No reason, Mr. 214 Killers.
I think I know who you're talking to. I thought you were going to be saying insulting. Like, something hasn't mentioned the heartbeat at all. I thought you were going to go, why are you looking at me?
What do you mean? I don't hear a heartbeat. She's being deadly silent. No one's saying anything.
I'm going to the bathroom. No,
I'll take her me. Sounds like what are you talking about? There's no heartbeat.
I like the in-character, out-of-character interaction. I think that's great. Alright, so, just to give you an idea of...
Of course I haven't like this.
In the most tense moment of walking through the door, that's what you hear.
That one fucking killed me.
Holy crap.
Should make a good little animated.
Oh, if you know how that people you did like the animations of Critical Role.
Holy
So
crap.
that would
Just keep there, walks into a room, looks around.
Just
I have
If there are any artists or people that do storyboarding or animation in the chat, please reach out. Holy crap. To give you an idea of how much Saltic cared, I rolled a 10. He doesn't care at all.
He got his money, that's all he cares.
That couldn't have reflected his feelings more. So whether or not he hears it, he doesn't make any sign that he's heard it or that anything is amiss.
Brilliant.
Are you directing him to go the long way home? I know you mentioned that previously, but
Well,
that was just for extra sendings and stuff.
Yeah.
You know, oh, well, yeah, it kind of depends. Do we feel comfortable stashing this at our joint for a little while?
or otherwise, it is still. We can say we're in no rush to get back because it was like a good 12 hours. So we will still have like 3 hours after a long rest before we get back
To do a bunch of sendings.
to if we want.
Yeah.
guys, on the water there is an unseasonal mist. I know, spooky, right?
Very.
I turned them on. I'm gonna bloody use them.
There you go, get 20 years out of it.
All right, heating element, you go to bed now. Looks cool though. I like the way it just sits.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it is very cool.
Wait, with the for those at home, with the big lights off, it looks way cooler.
That may
Looking
be
back
a
that
little
way.
Yeah, we need that top light on too.
Oh yeah. Sorry, let me get him.
Next.
Yeah.
That's more that colour. Yes. Something. Either way, it's dark and misty. I wonder how it actually looks. See how much we can see. Okay, I can't see you guys at all.
Fair.
Oh no!
You're under them.
Yeah, I've
Yeah,
got one
you're
pointing at me.
directly in the-
That's the only important thing. Looks good though.
Yeah.
Alright, let's get the lights back on. So, going back the same way or the long way?
I think same is fine.
The same.
Same way. Yeah.
And even in terms of like the stashing, I just feel like Ostran's place is probably more secure than our hideout.
Oh, yeah.
Oh,
Yeah.
I mean, ours has already been broken into within a day of us bloody having it, so
Yeah, I forgot about that.
I reckon let's just take it off.
Yeah, I think,
Take it
and I
off,
like
man.
our plan of taking it to Ostran,
Ask
but-
questions,
ask questions
and then
and doing a little sneaky.
do we just what was her name?
Eleanor.
The
Yeah.
secret
Eleanor
coordinator.
and
Just Eleanor. What about the sword?
I don't think the sword.
I
No,
don't think
Yeah.
Dora is a good idea just because she might be spurred to action.
Yeah.
I can see her.
She's
Oh my
going-
God!
she's
What
going-
do you mean? Kick in door.
Yeah, she's trying to clean up the town. They had an issue with corruption. She might just immediately see it as a big threat and go wild. Or, you know, like, it's not a problem so long as Ostran doesn't do anything crazy. Well, doesn't do anything other than stick it in his collection. If he just does that, we're fine until the end of time. It's just that objects like this, maybe or maybe it doesn't stay like
Alright,
that forever.
Assuming
We
that
go
the
to
collection
Ostran's.
is as secure as we think it probably is.
Well, yeah, I wouldn't
Yeah.
risk
I-
breaking it.
I think-
I would die.
And
We
worst
go to
case,
Ostran's zone of truth him. Yada
Yeah.
yada.
worst case scenario, we could
Also, he's
also
on to it. I don't think he'll go for that. But what that's fine.
Maybe.
we can
Like,
at least talk to him and raise some concerns like,
We'll
hey,
see what we can
this
do.
was a lot of work. Even if we just try and talk some more money out of him, but like this was a lot of work, very well protected. We kind of realised the danger this is. Like, do you
What do
have
you
plans
have-
for it? Is this to sit on a mantelpiece? Are you
like,
selling
do you have
this?
safe storage for this?
Are you selling this to Asmodeus? You know, like
Whoever wants it, really.
To Gothra shot.
Yeah. Just shop and go with
His
the
clothes
mustache.
on the Yes, I am not he.
Who has the highest insight other than me?
It's a
Not
wisdom
me.
thing, right?
I
Not
have
me.
+3.
-2.
+0.
Okay,
So
so
it's-
it's fair enough.
Yeah.
I was thinking before we go in,
Invincibility.
might enhance ability both of us on wisdom.
Okay.
And then we can see if he agrees to his zone of truth anyway.
Well, just if he agrees to zone truth, wacko. If he doesn't, at
Well,
least we'll be a bit better.
I can always try and
He's real hard to read.
We'll just let him know how dangerous we've seen it to be, and
Yeah.
that we need to
We're
know.
worried.
Do we want to tell him that it turned its last owner into a bargain?
Yeah.
I think
Yes, go ahead.
I think that's a good
Yeah. Yeah, wait.
Yeah.
And her tail.
Let's
We
bring
had
that.
also we were so worried about hiding the demon heart as he's probably got like a full demon head strapped to his belt.
Yeah.
I think it would be in the backpack. So it's now in one of your backpacks.
Ruining their actions. Oh, my jerky is all wet.
It's all
It's all
demon
wet and demony.
Devil, not demon.
Devil and wet.
Your almonds whispering sinisterly.
Yeah, it must just be the old.
Kill them all.
But yeah. Alright, well, yeah, let's get
Alright,
into get
long rest.
Take the Ostrans. Yeah, long rest.
And level up.
No way. Not a chance. Old man Salt, he's not super talkative, kind of sleepy when you get him, because it takes you a couple hours to get
Anyone
back
got any trophy on?
to the coastline.
I do so much fishing.
Do you?
As much as I can.
With
while
a
still
thumb in his
sleeping.
back.
It's just
Surely
poking out
the
like
thumb pump
one part of the shell.
attracts the fish.
I'll get you to make a survival check. And it will be at disadvantage since you are asleep.
What?
If you're asleep while you're fishing.
No, I said as much as I can while still sleeping.
So still
Oh,
in the middle.
I'm not gonna stay up
Just like
all the way through, get there, just like.
I didn't get anything.
I'm not fishing while I'm
No, I
asleep.
pictured you asleep in the shell and just like a fishing rod sticking out of it.
Yeah, just like wedged
some kind of
inside you in
needle,
some
yeah,
way.
just got
I
enough
mean, now
edge
you
and
say
all.
that,
And then-
I kind of want
And then it like catches something and wakes you up, so then you start reeling it in.
No, I'll just fish normally.
I'll just do
Okay.
it normally.
Can I do both? Fish and then sleep fish.
During your when you start long resting, you sleep fish.
You're the one who brought up sleep fishing, man. You introduced this.
A flat roll for your normal fishing.
Just
Yeah,
fish
well,
and be
yeah.
happy with it.
Ooh.
Survival.
23.
Pretty good.
You don't need to sleep fish.
You get another beautiful freshwater salmon.
Yeah, it was something like that.
Yeah, whatever it was.
Saltwater trout or something like that.
Saltwater taffy.
I want to try like with the judge and like stabbing with the water.
I mean, you're like
Fish.
you're going. It's
Yeah.
not like you're sitting there able to
No,
watch.
but I'm just looking for something to come past.
Okay. Let's see how you fare in the moonlight. Not well.
All good.
Yeah, they're not so much surface things. Like his rod has at least enough to sink down a bit. Yeah, surface fishing in a moving boat at night, no luck.
Can do it. I just stab the one that he reels in.
Ha!
I got one.
Go to mount that.
All right, now roll with disadvantage for your sleep fishing. Super important stuff.
Oh,
That even better.
No, 19.
It's still really good for sleep fishing.
The other one was a 20.
Still solid.
A less good.
When you awaken, a
It's
slightly smaller fish that's just pure exhaustion.
It's just in my shell.
It's
Like
been-
I've reeled it in my sleep.
No, it's more wedged in your shell, but you're dragging it at a speed that it can't fight against. It tried for a long time,
And it's like,
and then by the end of the trip, you're like, oh, there's something on here. Reel it in.
I give up. I'm like, I guess nothing. Reel it in. Oh.
2 fish.
Beautiful.
Yes, and salt sort of does through the night. You get there at about what would it have been? Would have been somewhat close to 8 when you got there. So, assuming the winds treat you well, not bad. You get there at about 10 the next day.
in the morning.
That's right, everything's open.
Yep, roll for your flask.
Oh, yeah, that's right.
It's egg.
I haven't even checked it. 6.
What's the date?
The 6th of.
nails.
Beautiful.
Can I do the ring?
You can.
I just want to see if it works. Like, can I have some mayonnaise?
Yeah, I'd be having the flask. It was wine last
Was
time I
that the
checked.
question that you asked it?
Yes.
It has to be someone asking you a question
Can
that
I
you
ask-
don't know the
Oh.
answer to.
Hey, Kincaid, can I have some mayo?
Somehow, I can't remember.
I don't know if you
I
can.
don't know. Can you have the mayo? Why do I not know if you can have the mayo?
The ring she kaput. Doesn't matter who has it.
Yeah. I take a swig from the flask. Is it still wine?
Yep.
Oh, okay. Cool.
Hasn't changed off of vino.
Why not?
Salt sort of.
Oh, yeah, hand it to. So. I don't know if it's very much his thing, though.
Not for breakfast,
Yeah, fair.
but thanks.
No worries.
That was quicker than I thought. He's just like stretching it out. Gets off the boat.
Good trip. Thanks for your time, Salt.
Okay.
Yeah, we can
No
hire you
problem.
again somewhere in the future.
Yeah.
Well, you know where I am. If you need anything else, I'm gonna go sleep.
Yeah.
good
I'm-
plan.
I'll kind of shake his hand and slip him another 2 gold.
That's fair. It's very smooth. Been out on these waters before?
Of course I've. Nice to be back out.
Just putting 2 and 2 together. You seem to know the boat pretty well too. Jumped in without me asking. If you want a job, let me know. If you get tired of whatever it is you're doing.
Yeah.
Thank you. I'm gonna go rest.
Right, yeah, I'll come see you if I need some work.
And make sure you cook that salmon in oil and some lemons. It'll be good. Would you have caught that on the way there?
Thought so. That's what I've got written. Saltwater trout.
Okay.
And some things.
Did you do anything to it? Or just leave it in your
I
bag?
suspect I made it.
Okay. You would have just
I
been
don't
like,
have anything
Yeah, just not cooking it, but
well, you caught salmon on the way home, so that's what you've got at the moment.
Deconstructed sushi.
Yeah.
Really deconstructed. Like the rice is all the way in
Oh,
where else?
any seaweed or
it's
Nope.
also somewhere.
so just fish then?
Really, like, so deconstructed.
That's
It's all,
That's
it's
okay.
not even
That's
all
the
on
way to
same
eat it.
plate.
I mean, honestly, I prefer that sometimes.
Absolutely.
Raw fish.
Catch it on the water, eat it straight away. Doesn't get any
Some
better.
of it can't beat that freshness.
Anyway, off to bed.
Thanks, Salt.
Sweet dream, sugar plum.
Yeah, boys. And he's a man of few words when he's on the water. He's, attentive, making sure that you guys don't run aground on anything or, keeping the tides, the winds where he needs them. But yes, you are back in Stonebreak of the morning.
Down to Ostran's.
Kind of a hot day. The first sort of bit of heat you've felt in Stonebreak.
When we're like kind of walking, how's the heartbeat?
You can't actually hear it very well. The muffling does pretty good.
Okay, I'm gonna make sure to, on the way to Ostran's, because like I'm assuming we have to pass through the market district and that. I'm telling a very loud, like not yelling, but telling a very loud story. The whole walk there.
Okay.
Once upon a time.
Yeah, just some some hazing thing I did in college, and it's just
Rattling off.
With all
Yeah.
that mayonnaise.
Ooh.
yeah.
It was called Limp Crosket.
Well, it's because you don't even get a biscuit.
Yeah.
It's just a crusket.
And a lot
Back
of
when we played Soggy Salada.
We did nothing like that.
I don't like this game
Always.
anymore.
In psychologically healthy ways.
So you do so. Walking back through the mountains, the sort of trees outside of Stonebreak, and then you come through the main gates back into the village proper, I guess. You're beelining straight for...
I think so, yeah.
Yeah.
Big time.
Got straight there.
It's hard burning a hole in our backpack.
The guards don't give you too much fuss. You're fairly recognisable as
Yeah.
a group of people.
We're
Kind of
famous.
stick out of it.
You very much do.
A turtle, an orc, a very red dwarf, and a drow.
And a drow, like, you couldn't be
Yeah.
more obvious who it is. And the guards are somewhat aware of who you are.
Yeah.
Tesora,
I got arrested on the first time.
Yeah, and it'd probably be
Great
something,
stuff.
like
Great time.
if I kind of see them like coming up to like want to chat or whatever, like I'll almost push Kincaid ahead and be like, oh, like how's Tesora?
yeah,
Like,
play
you know.
interference.
Yeah. Keep them away from getting too close to the backpack. Sort of deal.
Beautiful. So, heading to Ostran. You got your game plan ready?
We'll wing it.
Get out of here!
Yes, no.
So I think, we kind of just said
We want to see and make sure you've got a good setup
Yeah.
and you don't want to turn into a bone. Because
Yeah.
that's what the sea
And
does.
yeah, make sure you're not planning anything nefarious with it. And also, it was really hard work. Maybe you can throw in an extra diamond.
Go on.
Okay, so heading to Ostran, or Ostentines, sorry.
Yeah.
As always, bustling with activity. There are carts going in, carts going out.
What was Salentine again? Was he a
It's like security.
no? Was he a tiefling as well? No. Okay. I can't remember what it was.
Oh, yeah.
Not
Dragonborn.
Dragonborn.
No, Dragonborn was the
it's
hardware
self.
store homie.
Oh, that's right.
Yeah.
Oh,
With the self-defense weapon.
yeah.
He would be him.
Okay.
I need to look in this. I know who he is. Yes. I was just
A
mentally
Hoover,
double
yeah.
checking. So heading into the office to talk to Ostran. He sort of looks up, he's reading some ledger of some sort and puts it to the side. You made it back?
I reckon we should
Can we
lock
see
the
you in
doors.
your office?
Yeah. We
So-
need to talk privately, mate.
Hit the...
The silent man.
Well, yeah, I did that closed and then lock the door.
There's an old grandma.
Yeah, slowly lower the blinds on the.
And you step into his more formal private office. So you're all good? Did you find what you needed?
We have answers and you need
Questions.
Well,
Before we get down to brass tacks.
How much did you know about this thing before you sent us after it?
Well, can we
Yeah, I
retcon
would have.
done the
Enhanced
Yeah.
knowledge.
Okay. What's the ability that you're enhancing, sorry?
Wisdom.
Wisdom.
Owl's wisdom.
The
So we both have advantage on all insight ability checks. For
The wisdom of the owl. Okay.
A superb owl.
Sorry, what was the question again?
What did you know about it before you sent us after it?
Well, I'd heard some rumours, some mumblings, some, general stuff. People had talked about it. The Ossuary. The heart I don't know a whole lot about.
insight?
Like an insight check.
Filthy 20.
Yeah, advantage.
Yeah, no, that was with advantage.
Oh.
14.
Anyone above a 16?
Not dirty 20.
He's not telling the whole truth.
There's something you're leaving out there, buddy?
I don't think you're telling us the whole truth.
That's somewhat true. I know that it's kept alive through magical means.
You know what it does to its owners?
That I do not know.
What are your...
skull.
Yeah.
On his beautiful desk, like, he's got a nice blotter and ink quills and all that, like, ink pots, quills, all that sort of stuff. There are some scattered papers, and you just splot this.
Meet Ossuary.
What's sort of left of
I
it?
thought what's left of her.
Please take that off my desk. There's a piece of paper stuck to the wall.
I just. Sorry about that.
Total my only child.
What are your intentions,
Can you?
Precision.
what are your intentions with the heart?
My intention.
Yeah.
It's not for me.
Who's it for?
That is my buyer's obligation to keep it.
You have to know that this heart
Yeah.
contains some very evil magic, and we cannot let it into the wrong hands.
Hypothetically, if we found it, which we're not saying we did.
Roll the deception check.
Just we went there and then we killed the previous owner of it. And we have a head with us.
And also the. and the head.
But we definitely don't have it.
I didn't say that. Hey, a 7.
I am often beguiled by your ways. Are all turtles as absolutely bonkers as you?
He's got an ace, mate.
What do
I know. Don't let anyone tell you
what do you think before the go?
Great to know.
Not that heavy.
So I assume from all that you've splattered on my desk that you found what I asked.
Maybe.
Why the hostility?
It's.
Because this is incredibly apocalyptic.
People into devils and... What the hell else is it going to do to somebody?
This could.
They were using it to mess with the dead.
And it could very well disrupt the balance of the material plane.
Like, look, I like you, Ostran, but
Thank you.
you've given us a contract to effectively destroy the world for $500.
destroy them. May I see it? Why is this so nefarious?
Because it's
The
the
bone
heart
devil
of a demon?
Yeah.
A devil, is it?
Devil, demon.
And it can bring
The heart of a fiend?
great evil.
May
upon
I
this
see it? Do you know how it affected the...
It corrupted her.
Yeah.
I haven't done a full audit of the paperwork yet, but I think continued exposure to experimentation with. I don't know if it was just proximity to, she was maybe doing things with it.
Sorry.
I
Whether it
think
was just having it nearby or.
Are any of you trained in Arcana? Can
Yes.
you check the state of... I assume there are protective or enchantments.
They're still good. Maybe.
Kind of.
If we found it.
Roll a deception check.
Like a dish.
I feel like we all know that it's in the
Yeah.
Mate, here it is!
11.
Oh.
He hasn't believed the last two lines.
That one's better.
If you don't mind, can I check
I
the
think we should show it
enchantments?
But I think Ostran,
We're at this
though,
point already.
but also you have to understand the danger that this artifact presents to the entire world.
In what way?
We are not saying you are a bad person,
Wait,
but we
but-
also don't know you that well, and this is sort of the key to
And
the
we don't
apocalypse
know
maybe,
who wants
and we
it,
don't know
though.
your fire. You can understand our trepidation.
Has something happened to you all?
It
This
turned
is...
the last owner into a bone devil that nearly killed him instantly.
Okay, this is what I need to hear. You
Bone devil head was for.
I don't know what that was.
It's a
It's a head.
I implied that was the last owner.
So,
I
And the last-
implied heavily.
It was strongly implied.
And the last owner was using it for very nefarious means, which we discovered in that cabin.
did you get to speak to her?
What do you think that is?
I asked, did you speak to her?
She sort of went, "Rawr," and then
Well,
started.
yeah, she said that.
Oh,
She made a noise.
She turned full
She turned
devil.
into a bone devil.
okay,
She lost any sense of humanity by the end of it.
right.
She still had some
I just need a full
intestines.
picture to know what I'm dealing with here.
Yes, but essentially,
This isn't safe to be.
we might have been okay if it had been locked up in your personal collection, which we assumed is quite well defended and so on.
Right.
Some
Sending it to
unknown
a
buyer.
mystery person that could start, I don't know, trying to show it to children or something, whole different kind of ball game.
You care about children?
What?
If I can assure you of the reputation of my buyer,
Reputation.
on my heart, this is not going to end the world.
Reputation.
For those kind of
Doesn't
assurances, we're going to need to know the identity of the buyer.
Well, could we at least know that it's going to a very secure collection that you yourself would have at least seen or have been to?
Vetted or whatever.
Something along those lines.
I have absolutely seen the collection, yes.
Okay, that's good. And it's very secure.
It is by far the most secure location that I've ever seen.
It's the
Isn't the Rolozorus?
It's somewhere we don't know about.
Is it the Rolozorus family?
Yes. Yes, it is.
There
And since
Oh,
I've...
that's good. We will go. No, I mean, I've heard that good.
They are very much so. Their son works with me. I know the family. They are not nefarious by any means.
Can I just have an aside with my man here? Is that okay?
Sure. I mean, I thought we were friends, but it's okay.
Oh, we are. Well, I'd like to think we are.
What?
So how are the kids?
What's contained in the Book of Slack?
But it's more of a
I can't
person.
remember what I called the dog. What's his dog?
Pluto, I don't know.
I don't remember.
Because I'm wondering,
It's
could
like
the Book of Slate end
I
a
remember
devil
what I
heart,
called
a
it.
demon heart,
I
devil
don't
heart that
even know
can
if I would have written that down.
control the undead?
It's
I'm going to call it
It's a
Brutus.
holy tome.
Brutus.
It's like you know,
Brutus
like
is...
an original copy
well,
of the Book of
he
Life or something.
slobbers
You know,
and
like,
sleeps
you
a
know,
lot,
Dead
but-
Sea Scrolls.
Yeah,
we went
it's
out
all
hunting the
made
other
of
week.
Oh, did he
Okay.
catch anything?
I don't
No, but he
I don't
rustled
know
up
if that's
some
specifically
quail,
what I'm talking about.
which I
Okay.
promptly shot and ate.
It's a good boy.
Oh,
He does...
what would be in, like, what was in the books of Slack? I know it's a holy text, but I don't think I said in my backstory specifically what it talked about.
The books of Slate are an accounting. It's a literal accounting of the dead.
Okay.
It is the beginnings of the Order's, record keeping of those that have died.
Okay.
So who does dead people's names?
So a very well kept, detailed book of a bunch of dead people and a devil heart that was used in resurrecting dead people.
Have you dragged everyone as an aside?
Yeah. So
Ostran's just sort of.
Oh, okay.
This is they were talking about his children and his dog, and then I pulled them in.
Needlebark Goods and
Oh,
Services
that's
sidebar.
fun. I've got stuff.
Right.
And he
So
starts
we're
writing.
okay with sending this to the Resurrect scene. If anything, we should probably tailor it.
Maybe we can hand deliver it ourselves.
That might be.
I would love you to deliver it. I can hear you. You're in the same room as me.
We're not. I'm not listening.
Yeah, I said that.
Just
you know,
put
like
this
a
bolt
suggestion.
neck out the house. Just put this polite.
I can't help.
Easy yourself.
I can't help what I can hear. You're 5 foot away from me.
Do you
You want to
have
pour us a
any-
whiskey while you wait?
Pour it yourself. There's a wet bar.
Sound can still travel in, can it?
How would you feel if I made you deaf for just a minute?
Not great. You could step outside.
Then people might hear us out there.
That's the nature of secrets.
Okay.
But
That's my response to that.
Okay, but we got the buyer's name.
how rough do you feel?
Yeah, pretty much. I
How-
don't have an answer to that.
I know I've asked you to deliver things before. You went above and beyond to get them back when they were taken from you. How would you feel if you are so worried about this ending the world?
I would feel more comfortable with us
Yeah, we'll
going
go
there.
a great
However,
way towards easy go. Yes.
considering how dangerous this could be to the world,
We're gonna need some hazard pay.
it would
I
both.
like how we all went from apocalypse to apocalypse. More money today.
I'm the only one who wasn't trying to extort him all
I wasn't.
this time.
This is
I
true.
wasn't going down that route. I was gonna say maybe we need an extra guard to cover it and more money.
Okay, what I want you guys to do. Who's asked for the more money overall?
Me.
Ricky probably.
Definitely.
Okay, make a persuasion check with disadvantage.
You're our head of sales.
8 or a 7. So 13.
Okay.
I poured him a whiskey too.
Okay. What did I offer to pay you to retrieve it?
A 500 gold diamond.
Now, was it actually 500 or 300? Out of character.
It's
Whatever it is to
500.
revive, I think it's
whatever-
500.
Raise dead.
Whatever it was to
No,
raise
revivify
dead.
needs to be within.
Yeah.
Revivify needs to be within a minute.
I thought Revivify was extended by. Oh no, 'cause it would have been.
Right.
It is extended, but it would have been over a year.
Yeah, raise dead is 10 days, which we're extending just in
Yeah,
case,
yeah.
and it is 500 gold, which is consumed.
Yeah,
It is?
So, yeah, so 500.
I had it just before. I'll
Okay.
get it, but yes, it is 500 gold. I'm not
Crazy.
taking you for a ride.
All things considered, I've seen your handiwork. The head of Ossuary. I know it is in capable hands, and you pay for what is expected. You have delivered it to me. I will pay you half again
Oh, very generous.
to deliver it safely to the Rolazros family.
Sounds good to you.
You have done nothing but treat me well.
So, what about extra detail on the journey? Because this thing is extraordinarily dangerous.
Do you
Would
feel
be
you
nice to
are?
have cannon fodder.
Do you feel you are not up to the task?
I think we're more than up to the task. Would be nice to have an extra eye or two out.
Well, we can do our own.
We can, yeah, if we need to hire a fifth, we can.
We subcontract something.
Yeah, we've got
It will come out of your
Yeah,
additional
under a different
pay.
tax code.
Yeah.
But
if you would like that. If not,
yeah,
you can sort that yourself.
We'll work that out. But yeah, we'll take 250
We can
transport,
security.
and we'll sort out extra guards if we need.
may I ask you to leave the room for just a minute?
You didn't leave the room for us.
It's
This
his
is
office.
my
This is office. I mean, he just looks over at me.
Can you leave your office for a minute?
Look at his name, and then a bunch of pictures of him, and he's
even better than that. He's sort of like hands on hips, and above him, above a fireplace, a massive oil painting of him making the Grange fist. This is my room.
This is an outrage, but yeah, we'll wait outside.
Thank you.
Do you have homies?
Generally, yes.
And you head out into the sort of reception.
If you create Vin Weasel, I can invisibility him.
What components do you reckon Find Familiar has to cast?
It's 10 gold of incense, but
I'm
don't use a wild
doing
shape.
it. I'm doing magic
Ritual.
special cast.
I mean, he's got
Make it surely make it a spider.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking. I mean,
Just wild shape. Just wild shape.
Sorry.
Just get in
Oh
there.
no, but then if you just speak, it'll be like.
It's more if I'm just like, okay, we're going now. What's on the door? The Conjure Familiar!
Spider appears. Okay,
what about
well,
her?
he's just going to be casting Fending to the Rhinoceroses.
Well, yeah.
Or to some other guys to jump us on the road.
Cindy, do you have to speak the words?
Yeah, you have
Okay.
to speak them aloud.
Like, is it a glass door?
No, this is a solid oak door.
Wait, then
up
what's
to
the
the
point
wall.
of the closed sign?
No, that's the
Front.
The reception, yeah.
reception.
Front.
Sorry,
Okay,
my brain went
yeah,
blank. This is his private office.
Okay. So it's an action to, as an action, you can expend the use of your wild shape to cast the familiar spell without material components. And Find Familiar has verbal, somatic, and material. So
Okay.
it'd still be verbal and somatic, I guess.
So
It's
he shuffles you guys out the door, and you hear it.
spider.
You're making a spider, or you're becoming a
No, I'm
spider.
gonna make a spider.
Okay.
Because if spider goes kaboomph, it could be anyone, but if spider goes kaboomph into King Cappy,
Is there anyone?
Ostran normally is the face that
Yeah.
people talk to.
There's not like a random shopkeep just watching us like.
I'm just gonna write this down.
Yeah, so, and then
Just walk into it.
yeah, can I walk while I walk?
You don't know where you're going.
Yeah,
Yeah, like,
I'm going to
you
walk.
can- we've
Don't
done this
make me
before.
look suspicious.
Yeah.
I'm going to walk.
We've done this before. You're gonna
Yeah,
get someone.
yeah. It's like we
Yeah,
can
do
do
that.
that. Do
Can't see or hear, but they can guide you. Yes.
that.
Okay. So you cast invisibility.
Nothing to see here.
The grandma's still waiting at the door.
Make the spider invisible. It's just like the kid in The Incredibles where he like lifts the
Yeah, I
car.
love it. So spider, how are you trying to get it into the room?
Under the door.
Okay. So it underneath the doorway, and you see, you're walking into the spider, yeah?
Yeah.
You see above the fireplace, the oil painting. There's a safe of some sort
Behind it.
behind it,
Is he like got it off and he's
Yeah.
like putting
sort of to the side, up on
Interesting.
a stool, and he's opening it up, and
spiders just going up the wall to give
Yep.
me a
give you a good view. He's
Like swing down. Look at the code.
getting your diamond out of the safe, and a little few pouches of gold. So you assume he's just grabbing what he needs to grab.
Did we give him the heart?
We haven't handed it over yet. I don't think we've even taken it out.
To the Rhinoceros.
Still in your
But
backpack.
like, did he see it?
He hasn't
Did we even show
He didn't care. He knows we've done
Yeah, I think between the lying and the subtle heartbeat.
it.
That's a good point. He would need to see it.
Yeah.
Well, yeah,
We
we
wouldn't
were
say that
down
we
to show
did
it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Just say
After he was like,
We'll wreck on
we're
that.
not fooling anyone, we were like,
Here it is.
Yeah, it's definitely here, along with the head of the thing that used to own it.
Yeah. And so he promptly shuts it and spins the wheel and puts it all away back to where it was. Puts the little footstool out of the way and sits back behind his. No, unlocks the door. Sits back behind his desk. Opens the door. You can come in.
He fucked off.
Still just.
yeah, we're just
I
browsing.
kind of forgot that we
Well,
were.
I'm still
I kind of
there.
forgot that we were meant to come back. Can we just wreck
I'm
on the
just-
walking
yeah.
bit
I'm
then?
just waiting.
Kate and Barris and Ricky are just doing like that.
And we've got one arm each.
Kate's just like.
He's seasick, don't worry about it.
It's really delayed seasick from like 2 hours ago when we got off the waterborne.
It's really delayed seasickness.
As you head back into the office and flip the sign again, he's
I'm out of the spot.
yeah, he's sort of tell you, if I had have met all of you after what I know now, I don't know that I would trust you, but you do deliver.
Well,
What do you mean? What's untrustworthy about us?
I just said wait out there for a minute and you vanished.
I was waiting here.
You guys just sort of like wandered around.
Stretch our legs. We've just been on a boat the last 12
Okay.
hours.
Very crude.
Just call out, I guess. Anyway, come back in. Your goods are there, and I will also retcon and say that he has checked the enchantments, the bindings, everything that holds that heart in place and keeps it alive, and can confirm that they are all. It's all sealed. So, I've been doing some thinking. From what I can tell, there should be nothing should be able to escape that cage that it is in.
Until the odds are start to open.
I mean, can't we see like the bit of the aorta? That's like
Is that to him or me?
to you. Is that visible?
You can. You've like investigated the
Yeah,
thing.
I guess we'd say that.
Can you not see how? Show how it's being
The
grafted
bitch
onto
was
this.
taking slivers
That-
from
that-
here
that-
and
she
grafting
was-
them.
Into zombies and also.
And she was transformed.
She was
into a
resurrecting
devil
the
and she transformed into a devil by eating part of it.
She must have had quite impressive skills with the arcane arts. If she has undone the bindings enough to take samples, if I'm to understand
She
it?
was taking the samples.
Seemed to have taken a
She
few.
wanted to. She wanted to disassemble the heart, graft two bodies, and reanimate them. She was trying to find different and better ways of necromancy, and
I
then she also ate some.
She ate it.
She did.
Oh.
Now,
I did an autopsy to find out how she became
Really?
tiefling. Yes,
Which
I am Brother Kincaid, but I am also Doctor Kincaid.
I was unaware.
Doctor brother.
Doctor Brother Kincaid.
Well,
New introduction.
that being said, I shouldn't imagine they're going to try and eat it or undo this in any way. They're collectors much like myself.
Do they often collect demonic artifacts?
Oh, I've collected demonic artifacts. It's
But to this extent.
pretty cool, you've got to admit.
Oh, yeah.
A living, beating heart of a devil.
Yeah, that's impressive.
Wouldn't if
His name sounds suspiciously like Shothra.
he sort of like scratches it down.
It's almost an anagram, mate.
Close. I mean, demonic.
You're just missing an S.
Put an apostrophe S and then write heart at the end. What have you got?
I don't think this is This is a devil's heart. Shothragot was a. He
He
was a demon. Devils and demons are not the same thing.
Close enough.
Are they?
What's a devil already?
He was a demon,
Oh,
as far as I'm aware.
why did I think he was an orc?
Yeah, I don't know really on that one. I thought we were all in agreement it was some kind of evil deity. You just thought it was some fucking guy?
So you thought it was like a human and they just went to war with
It's
each
like
other?
Genghis Khan, kind of.
Oh, it's just over there.
Some evil mystical being that like wreaked havoc upon the world.
Yeah, no, we're gonna find someone who's like, oh, Shothra, yeah, I went to high school with him.
Yeah, Shothra, also known as Gary.
He was in the year
It's like the start of like Voldemort, Tom Marvolo riddle.
Yeah, it's that.
I like how Sauron was originally just a dude.
Is he being serious?
Dead serious, right?
I thought it best to finish your sentence and then just assume he heard it all.
Yeah. You are alive. Were you? How old are you?
I don't know.
Kind of open count the rings.
Everybody knows about the Shothal Wars. Like, surely that information.
Don't know too much.
28.
Ah, no,
Which is like
30 years ago.
Which is like
Yeah.
40 in
Okay, you're.
total years.
That makes sense then. What? Were any of you alive during the?
I'm not from here, I'm from here.
How long ago was it?
30 years
About
ago.
30.
Yeah, no. Not before.
Couple of
my time.
years.
I'm
Yeah,
Maybe
I
Myth was unaffected.
I helped evacuate people from towns getting attacked.
Well, I think I'm 27. I spent a long time in the forest.
Okay.
I'm not.
Which is 56.
Forgive my impoliteness. I did not realise you weren't alive. I assumed you were older. There you
He's
go.
just a baby.
How old are you, Ricky?
Just shy of my first century.
So you would be fairly well versed. Well, maybe take
very long time.
your time to instruct these younglings.
I never actually asked how old they were.
I'm proficient in history.
Well, that's fantastic. Maybe read a current book.
Sure, I forgot. Yeah, he was just an orc, dude.
You mean that random orc?
Proficient.
Anyway,
Why did I think
not sure, but I love it.
that was kind of like that was meant to be out of character.
Yeah.
And then it wasn't. It's just some guy.
You see him wipe away a tear. Oh, I haven't laughed like that in a while. So, when can you set off?
Probably
tomorrow.
Tomorrow, yeah.
Okay.
Tomorrow morning.
I feel like that's reasonable.
We'll put some feelers out for if we feel like we need an extra guard or two, but
Could we get?
The two that were sent there.
I don't know if I want
They
to
were sent
involve other
to
parts.
reinforce the guard.
They're for reinforcing, yeah.
I feel like we'll be fine.
I mean, they're not too much further out from Ashara.
Overall, knowing what you know about Stonebreak and the guard, they were short-handed when all of the fellas left.
Yeah.
So, getting those back would have just sort of almost put them back up to. Oh yeah, sorry, the herring.
Yeah.
So yeah, you will be hard pressed to find a guard.
But we
If
could,
you want
there'd be an adventurer, or maybe a mercenary, or there'd be someone in the
We
tavern.
can check out the tavern if there's anyone, but
Put that said.
Yeah. So
We'll leave it tomorrow.
so
Otherwise-
was there people around like here? Right.
I was going to say,
They're around there, yeah.
What mode of travel do we feel safest?
Donkey cart.
Do we donkey cart it? Do we boat it? Do we get on the griffins?
Are they old enough to? They'd only just hatched, right? Like they're still.
Was there no live
chickens
ones?
with big beaks?
Uh, So they have not hatched yet.
Okay.
They take quite a while to hatch.
Right.
What about
And what was her name? Hope.
Hope.
Keita Hope was in the process of like fostering friendly relationship with
okay.
the wild ones. So you would assume it's probably not available at this point.
Do hot air balloons
say
exist?
why have we not been griffin flying everywhere? If that's the case.
Damn! Damn!
Okay, so what mode of transport do we feel safest with? Land
Dragon.
or sea?
And
Dragon quicker.
Well, if we
Probably land, because sea is going to be
go around.
Sea
and
is gonna be a
around
big
and
white
around.
trip,
Whereas
but
land
also-
would go bing bang bong.
yeah, I was going to say.
I was
we
going to
just
say,
sail
can
around
we-
the mouth.
Do we
Okay.
go? Yes, sail
Around
to the
the
other side of the
forest.
basin.
Yeah,
and then
cut out-
inland.
Cut out
And then-
broad
You can
axe.
take the donkey and cart on the boat, like for that.
Are there any
You
towns around?
wouldn't
here
fit them
that we know
on
of?
salts. You would need.
Not,
We need a bigger boat.
boat. Surely there are like
donkey
bigger
and hand cart.
Absolutely.
Not like the big carriage or anything. Just the donkey and the hand cart can fit on a lot of boats.
Well, either way,
Any towns
let's
around here that we're aware of.
wrap it up there. It's
yeah,
9:45.
We'll say we'll leave.
Discuss that in the
next
chat.
day or two.
But yeah, we'll leave quite soon.
But we were paid 500 gold diamond and 250 gold.
You have a 500 gold diamond and 250 gold pieces.
Who wants to hang on to?
And guys, thank you so much for watching.
Hold on.
If you are still here, make sure you subscribe to the YouTube channel. Thank you to our beautiful sponsors, Midnight Malaise for the background music, and to Battlefield Accessories for the great set pieces. And I'll
raid.
see you next Sunday.
See, I think
Yeah,
we're
probably
all
not.
Well,
No!
here we go.
Christmas.
It's Christmas. Fair enough.
But
But anyway, thank you guys. Have a great night and
spread
spread happiness.
6th of Naples.
Good stuff. I did not know which way that fight was going to go. I didn't know if it was going to
Yeah.
be real hard or you'd crit or
Yeah, just
Definitely
a massive
very
crit,
lucky.
half HP, one round.
Yeah, it only went our favour because he was a
Big old
being very paranoid
paranoid,
about it, that sort of thing.
Absolutely.
Basically, if it had got a surprise round on us, that probably would have killed us.
Yep.
Yeah. That would have been GG.
Like, yeah, it's damage.
That's what I was worried about. But you guys are getting to the point where you are going to face things that will be
Yeah.
able to kill you pretty quick.
That are scurry.
But good to know that you can dish. Like,
Right.
19 AC did not cause an issue.
Yeah, we got
Well, I mean, I got like, what, +8 on attack.
Yeah, so do I.